Okay, happy Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Eve, I should say. Um, oh, hi, Christy. Can you guys hear me? I don't know. Let me make sure. Oh, let me just make sure this is okay. It says it's live. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so there's not a lot of people here, and I wasn't expecting that many, but I just wanted to make sure that I, checked in and said Happy Thanksgiving Eve and wanted to check these emojis that Lena made for me. And let me go into that page. Okay. Yeah, and I just wanted to see if the chats, but so this is what the emojis are supposed to look like. So maybe this one I think was big enough. We can see that one. So the other ones, oh, hey, Gigi, hey, Rose Wild. Wow. I'm so sorry this is so late. Um, but yeah, I wasn't really thinking of going live, but then Lena went out of her way to make me these really cute emojis. And so since I have membership I guess, access now for my channel, I was like, well, I should give away some memberships and we can test these emojis. And I had other ones and they wouldn't let me upload them until I had a certain amount of members, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But, oh, hey, at the beach. So let me try to give away more memberships. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. So I go, and I don't get to choose who they go to. Like you just do it. And then whoever has it enabled should be getting them. So, oh, yay, the Wrathful got one. Oh, Tiffany got one, that's awesome. Joe got one. But so some of the people in the chat didn't get one. So that isn't that weird? Like I thought you had to be in the chat to get the memberships, but well, I'm excited for everyone who got them. Well, let me try to give away more then. Because I want Gigi and Christy and At the Beach to get one too. So hold on one second. I think I go membership gifting. Okay, I'm just gonna see if this works real quick. Oh, it needs my security code. All right, I just bought more. So let's see who else is a member. I'm really bad at this YouTube thing, being monetized. I spend more than I make. Okay, so see, it's just giving it to random people that aren't even here. I don't know how to fix this. Make sure like your memberships are turned on, that you can like receive them from my channel. Because I was trying to make sure like everyone in the chat could get one. But Christy, maybe your membership isn't turned on. And At the Beach. Well, we'll see what. I'm sorry, I tried. Anyway, so those were the emojis, and I just wanted to test them. Oops, one second. Let's see. So these were the ones that I had made before Lena made some for me. So like I did a really bad job, like because they have to be like exactly 1:1 ratio. And so, for example, I wanted this like WTF cat, and I couldn't get it 1:1, so then it got like cut off. And I had made like a sword and a little whatever this is called, a gavel and milk jugs. So I should be able to add more now that I have more members. So that anyways, I just wanted to test those out. I had some like little things to talk about, but I didn't know if anyone was actually awake and actually cared to talk. Oh, here, let me put these on the screen. You do have to go in and set yourself to gift memberships for most channels. I don't know if you set on one. It works for all though, but I know you have to do it at least once. Yeah, you have to go in. Exactly, Rose Wild. So you have to like on each page, you have to like you can I think you can even do it like up on the top of the chat where it says like 5 gifts or whatever. I think if you click that, you can change your settings that way. I know I tried. Thanks for the thought. You're so nice at the beach. I mean, isn't that weird? Like if I'm giving away memberships, why would they um why would they not go to people in the chat? Hey, I am Irma. How are you doing? Happy Thanksgiving. Well, that's basically what I wanted to test. I don't know, do you guys want me to keep going if you wanna stick around or get to going to what you have to do? That's okay, I'm gonna check my settings. Yeah, just check it and see if you have it available. Hi, House of Chatter. So, anyways, I was testing out the new emojis that Lena made, and now that I have more memberships, I can put in more emojis, which will be cool. Hi. Oh, hi, just Ricardo. Hello. Thank you. Well, thank you for stopping in. Honestly, it was so funny. I just texted CJ and I was like, oh, I think I'm going to cancel it. Like, I don't think anyone's going to show up. I mean, why would they? It's Thanksgiving Eve and I didn't really see that many people live. So I'm like, well, and it's also really late. So, but I really like this little, I'll show you the emoji in the chat, the one that I really like, the one that she made with the little blanket. So I was like, well, it's perfect. It's late. Oh, Rose as well. Okay, so Rose Wild, you have a membership. So I just need At the Beach, and I need Christy M and House of Chatter, and I Am Irma to get one because you guys are in the chat. Okay. Well, I'll just keep going then and see what happens. So let's go back to, yeah. So I don't know if any of these topics interest you, but you know, Jones, we had the hearing, and then she was denied her motion to compel. I don't know if you guys want to talk about Lively and her PR stunt. You guys can kind of tell me what you want to do, or we could talk about the Shady Shanda Vander Ark hearing, or you know, she wants a new trial that happened, or the Slenderman. Did you guys see that body cam footage? Is honestly one of the craziest body cam footages. It's only 15 minutes, but it is so bizarre, and I think it's worth watching. Especially if you like are into that case at all, which I was. You want to talk about David? Yeah, the David thing is crazy. So, Chrissy, you're confused how to turn them on. Okay. Well, let me see if I can. I don't know if there's a link to do it. Hold on, let me see. Because I know I have a link to share my memberships. So I think once you get to that setting, you can change it, but let me see. Manage or customize. Okay. Let me get that for you. 1 second. Okay, memberships. Okay, so I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. And then you tell me when you go to that, there should be 3 dots that you click. Oh, Roses Wild said that on computer, it's left of the subscribe button and right of the DFJ channel name. Okay, thank you. Okay, so House of Chatter, you were able to turn on? Okay, good. Oh, Ricardo wants to talk about the PR stunt. And Slenderman. Okay. Well, let's all of it. I love that. That's a great answer. Okay. So we can skip this stuff. Well, let's skip the Stephanie Jones and we'll go to the PR stunt because I don't know if you guys saw this video, but I thought it was pretty interesting. And let me share this screen. Let me make sure you can see it because that's been a problem. Okay, we got it.
Another Blake Lively PR cleanup. Let me show you what I found. Remember last week when all the footage came out of Blake Lively improvising and initiating an unscripted kiss? Let me show you.
Is everything okay? Yeah, you forgot this. Wait, what?
Here, it says Blake Lively vicious Justin Baldoni kiss. That's the URL for this article. This is a prime example of SEO manipulation in order to help Blake Lively in all of the bad press that she's been getting. Because when people search Blake Lively vicious kiss or Blake Lively Justin Baldoni kiss, fucking things like Trader Joe's Thanksgiving Day shopping is going to come up and people are going to go, oh, well, what's her outfit look like? What's she wearing? Not only does the URL say Blake Lively vicious kiss with Justin Baldoni with an article about her, buying chili lime tortilla chips, but there's also pieces throughout the article that actually are red flags pointing directly to damage control about that kiss video. The article reads, she stepped out for a rare public outing in Westport ahead of the holidays amid her heated legal battle with Justin Baldoni. The actress, who is recently accused of improvising an unscripted kiss while filming It Ends With Us, kept a low profile as she ran errands at Trader Joe's. She looked cozy. She had a little chunky taupe knit, distressed patchwork jeans, and a white beanie she's one of the people. She's one of us. I know that I'm suing Justin Baldoni for SH on the set of It Ends With Us for, improvising unscripted kisses. And then, ironically, a video of me doing the exact same thing just got leaked last week. But who gives a shit? Because I got chili lime flavored corn tortilla.
Okay, I'll pause it there. But I don't know if you guys saw this, but like, I mean, how crazy is that? So we all saw this Trader Joe's, PR stunt thing where I guess, I don't know, obviously things aren't going great for her if Leslie Sloan is like, hey, put away those milk jugs, go wear something like, where your tatas aren't hanging out, and go do something normal that resonates with people that we can do like a PR stunt thing for. But then in the SEO, like in the links for these articles, so that must have been what's like on the top of the press release that they sent out or whatever. It says like, yeah, this like the violent kiss or whatever on the movie, like Justin did an unscripted kiss, like saying, making it totally using SEO to make this Trader Joe's thing is a lot more sinister than it appears, because it just kind of seems stupid, when you saw it. Like, let's go back to the photo. It's on this screen. Hold on. Yeah, like this photo, like of where she was like in the Trader Joe's. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? And we know she's not doing her shopping. Like, she had one bag, like, or two bags maybe. Like, you're gonna do a Thanksgiving dinner with two bags. We know you're not shopping for Thanksgiving, and so whatever. But I thought that was really interesting. What's her name? Katie and KC found. I think there was something else.
Olive oil and my Scandinavian swimmers, and what appeared to be fresh pomegranate seeds. Alas. Appeared to be shopping solo, and I do think that it's interesting that they're kind of double dipping here, and they're adding in about Ryan Reynolds and his comment, because this is going to also help with his shit. So they're adding in Ryan Reynolds was most recently seen last week while speaking at the Wall Street Journal, and he said, "I'm screwed if people start agreeing with me because I'm the boss or something," he said on stage. He explained that he enjoys dissent in the workplace and once struggled as a young performer with strong opinions on how to voice creative disagreements. Oh, Leslie, is this a twofer? Included Reynolds' other headline that says, "They don't say this producer's movie is flopped or this director's. That's me. So if I'm going to be on that headline, I'd like to be the architect of my own demise or success." And I do love how she must have compromised and allowed this photo to go. Oh, girly. Reynolds added that he now feels more comfortable taking control, and compliance makes him feel ill.
Red flag. Stop.
Conveniently, they decided to add the unscripted improvised kiss video in the middle of this article. Please note and red flag the fact that the caption for that video says, "Lively appeared to be shopping solo as she was not accompanied by her husband or any of their children." What an odd caption for a video of her. I just educating you guys because I learned about all this and I'm like,
isn't that crazy? Sorry, I just had to pause it because like, so the caption of the video where she is doing an unscripted kiss on Baldoni is that Lively is shopping solo without her husband, and you know what I mean? But then like the whatever that's called, the URL is like, it's about, it doesn't even make sense. It's like it's targeting Justin, but for this Trader Joe's shopping trip. It's just, this is a wild PR stunt. And I mean, maybe this wasn't just Leslie Jones. Maybe this was also the CIA guy. But okay, let's finish watching because she is hysterical.
damn, yo, that's fucked up. They doing that to us. The more you know, you know? Then it says, according to Baldoni's legal team, the kiss was not in the script, but Lively not only approved it, but oversaw the scene and added it to every take. Because if you remember, the whole movie is Blake Lively got to edit the whole entire movie, right? That's her movie that's out there. It wasn't Justin's. Her whole, anyways, whatever. And, why not just throw in a sizzling bikini snap video in the middle of this article to make me look hot? I don't understand the context or why this is here. I will say the last thing I'll point out here is that it does name a ton of different celebrities and stars that were involved, but the only 3 people that were tagged in this article are Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds. And those were of course, filed under their things. If you're wondering why all of this matters, it's because now that article is out there, Google itself, it's a machine, right? It's the algorithm, is going to connect all of those keywords with a fluffy article about Thanksgiving Day popcorn, and pomegranate seeds. And they didn't just stop with the Daily Mail. You know, Marie Claire picked it up, TMZ picked it up, and let me show you this. TMZ went ahead and published this article, but they didn't advertise it. They just kept it on their website. I scrolled and it is nowhere on their Instagram and nowhere on their stories. So it was just there plugged in for SEO manipulation. So all of these articles are just soft, fluffy lifestyle stuff with just enough lawsuit and scandal keywords baked into it that it'll contaminate the Google search results. So this is what PR cleanup looks like in 2025. It is flood the zone, you know, bury the story, replace scandal with, you know, add in those keywords in there, but replace that scandal with Thanksgiving Day popcorn and pomegranate seeds and, you know, pollute the keywords. So let me know what you think, because I saw it happen, and I saw just because I was looking at the article from my laptop, and that's when I saw the HTML. I was like, where am I? Which, you know, that's what their move is, but I didn't know why. And so having it connected to that kiss scene makes a lot of sense. I think Blake Lively's team is in panic mode, and honestly, they probably should be. I think I clocked yet another Blake Lively PR. And that's the URL. Let's make dip dinner, because that's shocking. He denied a motion that would. I think I clocked URL. That's the title, right? But let's look at the URL. Squint with me here. It says Blake Lively vicious Justin Baldoni kiss.
Oh my God, you guys, how long have I been talking with no audio? Are you serious? I am so sorry. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me? I must have been talking for like 10 minutes without audio. So what I was trying to point out was, you guys can hear me now. Oh, for a while. Well, thank you for everyone who stuck around. That is so crazy. So I'm I'm so embarrassed. Okay, so what I was saying before was that I think where I must have cut off is where it said Blake Lively vicious Baldoni kiss, like how that was the URL for the Trader Joe's article. So that was a while back for 3 minutes. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. And you guys are still here. I hope you were entertaining yourselves. A whole bunch of stuff. So what I was going back to, yeah, it was the question. I did not see what that Without a Crystal Ball said. So do you guys want to fill me in on this? And then I didn't know what this was about, Jane, about they cut huge feet out of the bathing suit. Very curious about that. All this stuff is coming unsealed, said Kristyna. It says, I haven't heard anyone else talk about it. It talks about Taylor Swift a bit. Okay, what is that? You guys have got to fill me in now that we can hear me. Everyone should see that timeline. Okay, so where is it? DFJ says everyone does it, especially Omar. Yeah, but that was like 3 minutes. That was crazy. JB was extorted and betrayed. Yeah, that was the last time we heard you. Okay. So now you can hear me. Okay, well, won't make that mistake again, hopefully. Okay, good. Everyone was chatting. Did you guys hear me say bye to House of Chatter? Because she said she was cleaning, and I know that Kristyna is cleaning. A lot of people are cleaning and getting ready. Without a crystal ball said it was unsealed and dropped today. Okay, so what exactly was this? Taylor Swift was in the apartment during the Ryan rant. Shut up. Are you serious? When was this? We saw you post her chat, but you were muted already. You guys are the best. I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, because and especially like if you're listening on background while you're cleaning or whatever, that must have been pretty pretty confusing. So I apologize. And yeah, like I said, for a lot of people, like, people get ready tonight, like the night before, especially if you're hosting or whatnot. And Thanksgiving, this is the first year where I'm not doing what I've done for the past, I don't want to say how old I am, but the past many, 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 many years. Every single Thanksgiving I spent with my grandfather. And this is the first time I'm not. So I'm like, well, what the F? Like, why don't I just go live? And, like obviously I still have things to do, but I don't even care. I'm going to distract myself with everything that I don't need to do, with things that I don't need to do, because I think that this is more fun for me anyways. This has been a crazy week, and now you guys are blowing my mind. Taylor was present during the rant, according to Without a Crystal Ball. Okay, so how does she know this exactly? Taylor Swift said fans don't know what you want until you give it to them about Lily's horrible wardrobe. Shut up. Where was this exactly? Can I find this? Hey, we all love a place to say hello. Yeah, well, I'm glad, and it was, and also I thought I was like, well, we'll see what happens, and I wanted to check out like the new emojis I got, and I tried to give away. Kristyna, you might know the answer to this. I was trying to give away a bunch of memberships, so I figured anyone who would show up in the chat, like they would get a membership. So I like gave away, I think 15, and somehow they were given to people, a lot of people who were not like even watching the video, and some people in the chat didn't get it, even though they had their settings to get one. So I don't know what happened. I know, Kristyna, you got one. That's so cool. Yay, Lori Jane got one. Yeah, but I'm so glad, and I just feel bad because there were some people in the chat who like they were literally the first like 5 people in the chat, like half of them, only like 2 of them got one, and then anyways, I don't know how to change that. I know it's random, but like, isn't it supposed to go to the people who are in the chat? Well, I'm happy for everyone who got one, and I just, like I said, I'm really bad at this YouTube thing, like this monetization thing, because I was like, I'm just buying more memberships and testing it. Let me try to do more. Let me just see. So it's Thanksgiving, so who cares? So let me see if we can get everyone in the chat. Oops, wrong thing. We can get everyone in a chat and membership. So I'm going to give away. How many people are even here? Well, there's only 15 people here, and I've given away 15 memberships. So let me do, well, who cares? Let me try 5 more. All right. I know Kristyna said she wishes you can give to certain people. I know, me too. But all right, so I just gave away 5 more. So hopefully everyone can turn green, because that means you're a member. So like, why did it just do that? Kristyna, look at like some of these people aren't even here. If you have the setting on and you're a channel subscriber, you're eligible for a gift when they are given out. Oh, so if you're not subscribed to my channel, which is free, you can subscribe or join for free, then you got an email about yours, Lori. Okay. Yeah, so if you I think you have to if you're subscribed, that's how you get it. So some of the people watching might not be like joined or subscribed, whatever the word is, regardless of the presence in the stream. Okay, so that makes so much sense. Thank you, Ricardo. You explained it for me. So, oh, but okay, but I am Irma is subscribed. So, and she didn't get one, and she has them turned on. So who knows? Do they even come here? Who is this? Hi, Khaleesi. Hello. How are you? Yes, you have to be subscribed. So if you're subscribed, yeah, and it's just completely random. Blake Lively fired. Everyone should good. Okay, so you guys, so this without a crystal ball thing, we're totally just going off the rails, but who cares? Because it's a pre-Thanksgiving Eve stream, so we can do whatever we want. Did she have like a docket number where we found that out? Even on other people's channels, you get more free ones when you're not on the live. Oh, well, YouTube is going all weird. Like even like the way that they're showing the names now, like the handle, showing the handles instead of the username. So I don't know what is going on. So if anyone does find whatever this crystal ball thing was, Jamie Heath's timeline of events, you don't know the docket number. So was it just that it was unsealed? I mean, I don't recall seeing an exhibit that is his timeline of events, or was that the name of the exhibit? April 2023 during Ryan's fat shaming rant before filming, but I doubt Taylor Swift was there for the actual rant. Very interesting. You guys, like, I thought like I was on top of things, but I'm not. Oh, Rose Wild said, I'm in the same boat. This will be my first Thanksgiving without my mom. Well, I'm glad we could be together because, I mean, I'm not even kidding. Like, it was such a tradition. Like, I saw my grandfather every single Thanksgiving that I've been alive. And so much so that like last year I had to move. So I had moved closer to him a few years ago, but I hadn't really had time to fully move out of my old place, my old apartment, which was about like 10 hours away. And he kept telling me it was not a good time to leave because he was worried if he would get sick. And so finally he was like, oh, he like brought it up and it was right before Thanksgiving. It was like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. He's like, you haven't moved out of there yet? What are you doing? Go. And I was like, okay. And he's like, just make sure you're back by Thanksgiving. I was like, okay. So I went and I did it. And then we had all this flooding. So I couldn't drive for like 2 or 3 days, had to like change everything, whatever. So finally the morning of Thanksgiving was like safe to drive. And so I left at like 3 in the morning to make sure I was back for Thanksgiving dinner. And I mean, with like my car full of stuff and, I had moved my stuff like 2 days earlier, all the big things, but there's a lot of things I'd take myself. And yeah, it was, the whole thing was so crazy, but I made it on time. And it's just like this year, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like tomorrow doesn't really matter. Like, what am I going to do tomorrow? I'm going to do like maybe a little Thanksgiving, but it's just not an event like it had been for all the other years. So anyways, totally got derailed there. Hugs to you all experiencing a different Thanksgiving this year. And you know what though, but I'm appreciating, everyone who is here. And like my neighborhood has gotten super close since this whole, fighting to save the land for these animals. It's gotten so crazy, but everyone's really close. And there's like, I feel like everyone's having like a post Thanksgiving get together anyway. So there's a lot of that. And I think that will be good. She was there. Okay. Everyone's saying Taylor Swift was there. Hi, Ricardo. Great to hear from you, says Christy. Yeah. And anyways, and also, I have a really, really senior cat who, like, we're all just going to hang out and lay low tomorrow. I'm going to make like my Black Friday shopping list, but apparently all the Black Friday sales already happened. So I didn't know that they happened before Friday. But yeah, anyways, it says my hubby lost his dad in June, so he's having a difficult time the last few days. He decided to work tomorrow. Thanksgiving was his dad's favorite holiday. Where does he work that he can work tomorrow? Oh, I guess a lot of people are working tomorrow because I know, we still have like all like our police officers and there's a lot of service workers. We have, the airlines that are still working. There's a lot of things still happening tomorrow. So, well, I feel for your hubby and I'm the same way. It feels like I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like a surreal dream. And so I'm just distracting myself. And I'm like, you know what? I'm here for this. That's okay. I'm up for a change. I want 2 invited in. Yeah, exactly. So where are we going next? So now that you guys didn't hear me for 3 minutes, let me see what I did not share. So I think we did the memberships. Oh yeah, those were the ones. So now I can upload the ones that I made that weren't as good. Lena's were super cute. Look, she had like this judge squirrel. She had like a sleuthing squirrel. I love the blankie one, especially since it's late night. Get cozy. And this little heart one. I thought they were so cute. So that's Lena's info. And she had more, but you can only upload 4 until you had like a certain amount of members. And then mine weren't as good, but I'm gonna still upload them because I want us to have a milk jugs emoji. So let's go to where, okay, so Stephanie Jones, let's go to that one. So I have to share this tab. Yeah, so you guys all saw this, how the judge denied Stephanie Jones' motion to compel non-party Catherine Case. And like, finally, Thanksgiving miracle, right? And I said, I do not think a hearing was even necessary to reach this conclusion, but I will accept this Thanksgiving miracle that Lyman finally got something right. And yeah, I just think this is the whole thing was crazy. The hearing was okay. The hearing was very interesting. I could barely hear. I took notes. Let me see if I can go to those notes. They were not very good because I just basically was writing down like anything they said that I could catch, because here it was. It was here. Because yeah, like a lot of it was, I don't know what is going on with the Southern District of New York, like if they just don't have a good WebEx, or if Lyman purposely just like mumbles out so away from the microphone so we can't hear what he's saying, or what. But like they got to step up their game, because I've heard remote hearings from like Alaska that had better audio than this. So let me see what the chat says. Oh, that makes sense. Public transportation. So exactly. Yeah. And respect to everyone who has to work on Thanksgiving. Hopefully he gets good overtime. Best regards to you, Lovely's dealing with loss. Thank you, Ricardo. All of the stores are still open for a limited time. Really? Tomorrow or today? Or, oh, like the grocery stores and stuff. Yeah. Those are so cute. Aren't they cute, Khaleesi? I that's why I was like, well, I have to stream. She made the effort to make those emojis. And so we got to test them out. And I want to give away a bunch of memberships. And I'm so sorry. I wish I could like pick who I could give them to. Cause like, Khaleesi, you are an OG, and you're one of like, you're here every time, no matter what. I don't even know like when you sleep, because I feel like I see you in the morning chats. I see you in the night chats. You're amazing. You support everyone so well. So I wanted to give you a membership, but I tried. I've given away 20 now, and I only have how many people? It says I have 19 people in the chat. So I don't know what is happening. Okay, she's still looking at the docket. Kristyna's awesome. Kristyna's supposed to be cleaning. She was just going to listen while she cleans, and now we have her working here. So don't worry if you can't find it, Kristyna. I'll look into it. Need some squirrel emojis too. Yeah. Lyman had to do it because he denied the Taylor Swift deposition extension. Exactly. You're right. And so that was like, basically this time we finally got to hear Fritz speak. And like in the beginning, it was funny because I didn't hear this part exactly, but someone told me. And so, like I kind of missed it, but like when Lively's lawyers, Bender, like checked in, Lyman's like, well, you're not a party to this case. So, you're not going to comment. Basically like shut her down. Like, she could stay there and listen, but she can't talk. And it was Wayfair and Taller for Stephanie Jones. And, Stephanie Jones, like, if you guys don't remember, for the Stephanie Jones Leaks, Stephanie Jones Lies website, she still hasn't attached those claims to anyone. She only has John Doe's 1 through 10 for that, because it doesn't make sense. Like timeline wise, it doesn't make sense. It was from May. Those websites were up for 4 days. So it has nothing to do with anything about Wayfair and her, because, she kind of didn't really go on her. They didn't have like their blow up until after that. Do you think he is starting to believe the Wayfair side? No. Or that he was called out for being biased? No. And is trying not to be perceived that way? No. I honestly, what it was I think because, well, I think Fritz did give a good mic drop moment that was like, let me see if I can, my tweet did not do justice to what was happening, but he said, where was it? Okay, this part. You may recall in connection with our request to depose, and he didn't say Swift, he said depose a high-profile musician. And like after her lawyer agreed, if we could do it, if the we could do it. This doesn't even make any sense. If the discovery deadline, or even if it was a few days, like after the discovery deadline, and Lively had it posed, and the court the court sided with that. So it'd be inconsistent with prior motions of the court if we started issuing non-party subpoenas this late. He's like, there would be sanctions all over the docket at motions filed if we did that at this point. And so because they've already been shut down. And so he had to it would be inconsistent. So Fritz kind of like told him, and also because if Lyman did, allow this, he would be opening the door for like, now they could just start randomly doing all these late subpoenas, for discovery, and they need to get going. And it doesn't make any sense for her claims anyways. And she honestly, it was done so late. Like she can't deny it, because Melissa Nathan in March of this year denied those claims. She denied having anything to do with the website. And I have that post too. I like put it here. So it was here from March where she denied having anything to do with the Stephanie Jones Leaks website. So as soon as they heard Catherine Case supposedly like say that she had something to do with the website at her deposition, which was in September. Remember, we're in November now. So over 2 months later, now they want, now they decide that their arguments don't match. So now we want to, do a subpoena to get more information. It's like, no, hun, you already knew what Melissa's stance was. So now that Catherine Case and hers didn't match. You should have done that right away in September. And even then it wouldn't have been late, but like at least it would make more sense. Some trash pandas would be nice. Oh, okay. Like a trash panda emoji. We can put in a request for that. You mean like little raccoons? Because those are the trash pandas, right? That's what you mean, right? I want to make sure I'm right. Yes, they should not have issued a subpoena in the first place. Jones's attorney had no right to issue a subpoena, and yet her team was still trying to get the judge to compel. That's so right, because she did not ask permission from the court first. So this wasn't even a properly like issued subpoena. The whole thing was ridiculous, and she misrepresented it to the court and was like saying like, oh, because what happened was like Catherine Case's, her lawyers had objected. They were opposed to this subpoena, and they said why, and opposed to this discovery, because they've been hounding her this whole time. She's not even a party to this whole case. And then eventually they said, but we'll do whatever, but we'll comply with whatever the court says. And then she's like, see, they're ready to comply. They said they're willing to comply. It's like, no, if they're forced to, they're willing, but they gave a whole bunch of reasons why they shouldn't. So that was the whole thing. I didn't finish reading what you said. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. You want to find that document, Kristyna, it's okay. Don't even worry about it. Get back to cleaning, doing whatever you have to do for tomorrow. We're all good here. I have a lot of other stuff. We're going to watch the Slenderman Bodycam stuff soon. And that was so interesting. It's only like 15 minutes, but the amount of craziness that goes on in that 15 minutes is wild. Rosebud, we've been at Crossroads a couple times with Lapdog already. Yeah, but still nothing is going to make up for what he did with the birthing video, forcing Natasha to turn that over. And yeah, I still have a lot of feelings about that. And actually I had made a recorded video to put out, and I was so angry the whole time that I felt like it wasn't worth even sharing to the world, because I felt like it wasn't useful. And then who did an amazing video on that is Cassidy. Cassidy's video on she went over everything. She basically annihilated Lyman and just destroyed his entire ruling. And she revoked his title of judge and gave him a new title as president of the Blake Lively fan club. So I thought she did an amazing job, and hers was worth watching, because she really she said things that Natasha could do to if she wanted to fight back against this, and just other ways to expose that terrible ruling. 2025 has never stopped them. Yeah. Rosewald, I think we really needed to follow this previous ruling with Wayfair. Otherwise, it really would be. Yeah. All right, let me get down here. Yes, Fritz brought up the Taylor thing. That was awesome. Okay, I went to Without a Crystal Ball. I didn't hear her call it by name. It's a timeline of what happened. Okay, I wish that we knew. Oh, hold on a second. So this red whistle, okay, so, oh, I see. Oops. I see these where are these raccoons and pandas coming from? Are those just like from the chat, like from the YouTube chat? Oh, wait, let me go to, okay, I have to go back to here. Okay, so, oh my gosh, Kenny's here. Okay, so now I'm super behind, so let me catch up. Dang, you missed the notification. Don't worry. I think a lot of people missed it. But it was just kind of like I wanted to give away some memberships and test out the emojis and, just chat for whoever's around. The docket is insane. Yeah. But where did someone just said, oh, we have a new member, Khaleesi. Oh my God, that's so nice of you. I'm so excited. Well, I was trying to give away memberships, so you did not have to do that. And every time there was people in the chat, so now we have 24. So I've given away, how many memberships have I given away now? 20 or 25? It'll tell me right here. Okay. I gave away 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, so I've only given away 20. Wait, I can't add. 5, 10, 15, 20. So I've given away 20, and we have 26 people in the chat. So now I'll give away 5 more. So hold on. And make sure you have your settings turned on. So hopefully this will work. So every time I do this, I have to switch screens. Okay. So I'm going to give away 5 more because I'm so thankful. That's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for this community and everyone being awesome. Okay. Let's see if this works. I am Irma said Jones's attorney has a strong accent. Really? Oh, Khaleesi, thank you so much. She said, you're glad I finally got the membership going. I know, me too. She's trying on your phone and it's so difficult. Okay, so don't worry. Everything's good. JL through Stephanie Jones home mentioning they could specify a trial subpoena. Oh, she threw her bone mentioning they could specify a trial subpoena, so we could end up on one later. Yeah, later, but I mean, I think, if she becomes a witness and to impeach her or something, yeah, I guess. Lively parties don't even claim there was a Blake hate website or socials. Yeah, well, they have nothing to do with it. And really, why does she keep bringing attention to this website? She is doing the most. Stephanie Jones is doing the most for bringing attention to this website that, again, it's been a year now. Remember, almost a year since she filed, and she still only is attributed those claims to John Doe's 1 through 10. Hey guys, love you all. Working, so can't chat much. Well, thanks for stopping in. I'm glad some people are, a lot of people they're working or getting things ready and running around. So I'm actually shocked there's anyone in the chat. I even told CJ, if there's at least one, I'll stay. I'll do the live. If not, then, maybe I'll reschedule it. Oh my God, I want to own a trash panda. I know. Seriously, the raccoons are so cute. Okay, this says Trash Pandas is the name of the AA baseball. Oh, it is of your AA baseball team there? That is so cute. Is that like the banana, whatever they are? What's that team called? The banana something? Okay, so I'm really behind. I'm trying to catch up. Used to bottle feed raccoons. Well, yeah. Wow, that's amazing. Do you do rehab? Are you rehab certified? Jungle. Oh, well, yeah, duh. Jungle Vet Jill. That makes sense. Because yeah, that's not easy to do. And I think you have to have a certain certification because they could have parasites and stuff when they're younger, right? So you think Case is a liar. So I don't know about this, you guys, because when I was reading, it kept saying that like she wrote a draft, right? But it doesn't say what she wrote is what ended up on the website, unless, I could be wrong there, but I kind of clock that. And so I could see her maybe writing a draft, but it doesn't mean that they are the ones who made the Stephanie Jones Lies Leaks website. Maybe someone else made it and, they were going to contribute something, or maybe one of like Jones' past clients wanted, to do something, or, I mean, I don't know, but I don't think it works in Jones's favor because I don't understand where the defamation part is if everything on there is true. I mean, they could have just made StephanieJonesLeaks.com and copy and pasted like all the Glassdoor reviews, and it would have backed up like, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I want a skunk that can't spray or stink, or a fox. Well, I have skunks and foxes. And the other day, I thought this was so cool. So normally I only see the fox by itself. And the other day I saw two foxes running back through my backyard together. And I thought that was so cute because I rarely ever see that. And I was trying to figure out, like, is that like a mom and her kid, or is that, or like, because I think mating season's over. So I don't know. But you never really see foxes together. Like, this is why I love trash pandas. The raccoons, they are so social. They are always together. They are in little groups. There's at least always two. I absolutely love them. She must be opposed it because she could give it to them like Claire. Yeah, she could have. Yeah, exactly. She could have just like volunteered it, and she didn't. You love that body cam footage. Okay, so we're going to get there. I'm going slow. Okay, so let me go down. This says, Leanne explained that Jones had no right to issue a subpoena during the hearing or in his decision. Lyman explains that Jones was required to ask. Yep, exactly. And well, Fritz said that too. He said that it should be quashed on the, because they didn't follow procedure to begin with. LGA had a great point that Wayfarer could come back with having in-person review with her legal team. Why didn't they just do that? I wonder if behind closed doors they negotiated something. Well, I don't know why they would want, even Wayfair would want an in-person review. Like it has nothing to do with it. Wayfair is not right now, like Jones is not claiming that Wayfair has anything to do with these websites. So why would Wayfair want to even see what she has? Yes, give money to what is Key, please, to save the animals. Oh, is that me? Yeah, well, we're trying to save the animals. Oh my gosh. We're going to get there towards the end because it's crazy. Sorry, off topic. We want emojis. Otters are so cute. Okay, so I'm going to have to make a list of these. Maybe I should star these and I can look at them. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll star these. So we want trash pandas. We want otters. How many emojis am I allowed to have, do you think? Okay, so there was a typed version on Reddit of where Without a Crystal Ball went. Oh my gosh, look at these. Look at these little, oh, those are so cute. Those little trash pandas. Okay, so we can check Reddit. DFG making it rain. I'm trying. Okay, so we have 26 people. I've given away 25 memberships. So should I do 30 memberships now, do you think? Who doesn't have one yet? I am Irma. I don't know how Christy was like one of the first ones here, and she doesn't, like, it didn't go to her. Okay, so yeah, so Jungle Jilvet was certified. That is so interesting. I think that is so cool. I have so many questions for you. You know, especially like with animal stuff. Like, I want to know what was going on with these foxes in my backyard. Oh, but yeah, I do get skunks, and sometimes one of them had babies, so she's definitely comes by with like one or two. But the foxes, that was the other day was the first time I've ever seen two together. I was referring, to the post-birth video. You were talking about that when I wrote that. Oh, sorry. I got behind, but I'm caught up now. When I wrote about the private meeting between Wayfair and Oh, the reason for the in-person. Okay, so so that makes sense. That Wayfair should have asked for it to be, yeah, maybe. I mean, because like, well, but what are they going to do? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, do an in-person review with the judge with the whole video and like, is because then Lively can't be there to point out which part she thought was corn, which don't even get me started on that. This is why I did not post my video on that because I think it's so ridiculous. Like I can't even talk about it without like using swear words, every other word. So you should have named all the skunks Blake Lively. No, okay, so one of my skunks is Blake Smell, who I named after a baseball player, Blake Snell. And then someone gave me another name. Oh, Blake Smelton. It was what we call the other one. But I also give DFJ money, for the animals. Well, that is so, yeah. So that is very kind, Khaleesi. So that's been like a full-time job. And like, we have like a website, we're putting out a press release. A lot of the neighbors are like involved now. We had this like, basically this woman has like curated her land for the animals for the past like 50 years until she died last year. And she had her house on like 4 acres. And then the other 40 acres she left for the animals. And it's been documented in like all these newspaper articles because she was just this very like she was even the president of different like animal groups in where we live, and even the local SPCA. She had set a record for like adoptions at some point, and they did an article about that because I've been like researching her a lot. And this developer wants to come in as a wildlife corridor apparently because of the mountain and the wash. And so now, and it's funny, I've never had my Dropbox get full. Like I sent neighbors the link because I was like, send me all your animal photos or videos so I can like start uploading them to show because we really live among the animals right here. And there's so many videos, like so many. And like bobcats and mountain lions, and it's just crazy that like a developer can just come in. This is like very fragile land where it is. And the fact that the trustee is going against how the owners use the land, I guess, maybe because it wasn't written in their trust, which I got, by the way. I've spent like an enormous amount of money on court documents. And yeah, that was we got way sidetracked. I tried to ask before, has there been a flora and fauna study done on the property if you can document something on the endangered species? Okay, so I am starring that comment to come back to write that down after. Yeah, so, well, they have to do extensive like environmental reviews. And so we are going to do our own environmental review. So we actually, I call them war room meetings now because it's literally all these neighbors that none of us are experts in any of this really. And we're now like almost weekly, we've been getting together like each other's homes just to go over all this stuff. And now we have committees even. That's how far we've gone in this. So yeah, I'll make sure we ask about that because we do have other protected species where we are. But what we have been told is that when they're protected here is like they say only in this part of that land. So if they're in the wrong area, then like it's not even considered protected. And we have a bunch of sheep, like bighorn sheep, which are federally protected. And so I reached out to like the group that studies them and tracks them, and they're like, yeah, there's really nothing that we can do about that now because they're not really funded and they don't really care. And affordable housing laws trump everything. And they want to build 100 homes, but only 6 of them are affordable. So I'm not really sure how that math works. I don't know how that's considered like affordable housing, but whatever. So they, if you know anything that we should put on the signs, this was actually something I was going to do at the end of the stream because we want to put up signs like for when these surveyors come, because the traffic one, we don't think they'll pass because they literally are going to have to like go through these herds of sheep that basically live at the base of the mountain where this road would be. So I don't know how they're going to do that. But so we want to put signs up for the environmental surveyor and the traffic surveyor. And I don't know exactly what they should say to stick with them. But anyways, if you have any ideas, I'll be able to sort it out. Okay. But do I need to have a membership already to be gifted? No, you don't need to have a membership to be gifted one. No. Okay. Let's keep going. Sorry, you guys. We're so distracted. Save the animals, save the land, justice for the animals. Yeah, that's what maybe we should put on the sign. So we'll yeah, I need to think about that. Okay. It says affordable housing is all about percent and a way to get a tax break for the builders, at least. Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, it's weird they're doing it like right here. I'm just like, this is like, and this is what's even more crazy. I'm sorry, we're so sidetracked now, you guys. But listen to this. So one of the neighbors now I've learned that is behind, like basically like right next to kind of like in the corner, the other corner of this land, they bought both parcels when they moved in on both sides of their home because this was before there was homes, and they left them for the animals. Like they did that on purpose. So their house had this like buffer because they literally live on the mountain. And so there would be nothing built next to them. And they just basically say they run like a sanctuary zoo thing. So animals have been protected by that neighbor, then by this neighbor, and this other neighbor, the one that we're trying to save with the 40 acres. Yeah, that one is, that's just crazy. It's just crazy to me because it's just, we live literally among like the mountain and the wash, and you can't put homes there. Like, it's just going to destroy like this wildlife corridor. It makes no sense. And then another neighbor on the other side, they bought the land across from them and left it for the animals as well. So it's basically surrounded by preserved land and protected land, and yet they want to be able to plow through this like protected land and the mountain to be able to make like a access road. It makes no sense to me. The nature conservancy buys up land, raise money for a counter offer. So we're trying to, that is what we're trying to do. We are working with a land trust, but I'm gonna star yours. And so that is experienced in this and has done this in different parts of like our county. And so she kind of, I'll ask her about the nature conservancy. Conservancy. Thank you, Jungle Jillvet. I love how sidetracked we are. Please post the link to check settings again. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me get that. So we have to go to, uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Okay, try that. If you check that, it should work. So we're at 23. Okay. FYI, the same amount of people of likes as people viewing. That is where we're great. Okay, you got me. I'm going to give away more memberships. I just want the whole chat to be green. So let's try it. Let me do another gift. And then I do need to move on and show you guys something entertaining because let me get memberships. Okay. Do you think memberships will go on like a Black Friday special? Probably not, but okay, I'm buying these. Well, these are, it's Thanksgiving and I'm thankful for all of you. So I want to do this. So let's see. Let's see who gets a membership now. Jungle Jillvet, you got one. Oh my God, CJ got one. She's cleaning. She's getting ready. I think she's hosting a bunch of people tomorrow. Okay. DFJ has done that twice with the number of likes of viewers. Only 1% have ever seen that. That is so cool. And I didn't thank you guys for liking. That is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, CJ Colin. People are laughing. Okay. Well, speaking of CJ, do you guys just want to see a funny video real quick? I was going to play it at the end, but I don't know if you all remember the, look at this. Oh my God, that Eagles game was insane, CJ. Is CJ here? She's not here. But I'm going to play, you guys want to see this funny video? Okay, hold on. Because, so remember our motion for summary judgment when Christy said it's just not my day. I'm sorry. I know. I tried. I've given away 25 memberships and you were like the first one here. I don't even know how to, if there's a way to do it. I mean, darn it. Okay. We're gonna see if we get like five more people. If it gets to like 30, I'll do another 5 memberships and then and we'll see if you can get one then. I mean, definitely don't buy a lotto ticket today, Christy. Everyone better like or I'll hide your comments. Oh my, I have the best mod. Kristyna, I love you. You're the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, funny video. All right. Yeah, you're green, Jungle Jill Vet. So you got a membership. Yay, I'm so glad. Okay. And how many subscribers do you have? Well, now I don't know how I can tell. Let me see. Maybe on the oh, I have 836 subscribers. So if I get to like 1,000, I think if we get to 1,000 subscribers, that's when you get like the real monetized and more perks or whatever. But so I'm not too far from that. But yeah, so I did that motion for summary judgment stream with CJ. You know, the one it dropped so late. We were so tired, and it was so funny. And then anyway, so I was just like laughing with CJ about it afterwards. And so I made a clip to make her laugh about it because there was just like funny. She's like, were we not prepared enough? You know, because there was just like funny things that happened. And I was like, no, we just went with the flow and whatever happened, happened. And I thought it went pretty well. And so I made a video. So let me play that for you guys. Okay. 1 second, please.
They saying that was stupid in a deadpan voice.
That was stupid.
You call your followers. Do you have a name for them yet?
Amazing. They're the best.
Justices. I'm just kidding.
The fuckers.
Like, what's wrong with you? And come getting slap happy from being awake. Justice. Y'all, I cannot with y'all. They're like poor DFJ.
Started listening to a new case today. It was kind of refreshing going back to murders.
That was smart. Good sleuthing, DFJ.
That's what I'm here for. So keep going.
Okay, that's what I'm here for. Everybody's like, I'm having so much fun. Y'all having fun. I'm glad. That makes me happy. Y'all were saying y'all didn't want me to read. Okay, do y'all want DFJ to read? Who was that wanted me to stop reading?
CJ, put this one on the screen. We'll at the following URL. Can you? I can't copy and paste it because it's you have control of that. Do you want to see if you can see it?
It's like, CJ, the chat's backing me up. CJ, you're fine. Like, y'all don't have to stay here. But
okay,
no, I was
CJ,
just wondering what was wrong with the reading, like the tone. I know DFJ got honey voice. Her, Cassidy,
here, CJ,
that raspy Rosie Perez. Like, sometimes.
CJ, click the link here in the private chat.
Whoops! Get your snacks, everyone. Intermission, but sorry, I'm just having so much fun in the chat.
The last page
is the link like not? Like,
maybe you just need to copy the whole link because sometimes it doesn't automatically when you try to click it.
Oh my gosh, you're a freaking genius. Okay.
But you need to share your screen.
This is why we pay you the big bucks, DFJ.
Yeah.
Kristyna, our wonderful mod. Big shout out to Kristyna99.
Thank you, Kristyna. We love you. Anyways, that was just like a funny, silly thing because like, and for those who are listening and can't see the screen, like, because I pulled up like one of the drops and I was like, oh, this is the declaration that had the links for the Dropbox. I was like, oh my God, there's a link. We should look at it. And like, it took us 20 minutes to finally get it together because like she was so distracted. And then like, you know, my Dropbox wasn't letting me log in because I didn't have my phone and then it was in a different room. And then she didn't have a Dropbox account. And it was just like, we finally get there in the end, but it was so funny. I just thought it was so funny because I adore CJ. Yeah, CJ will fight you. Yeah. Oh, thanks for the membership. Love the content. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so where were we going next? Oh, here's the one. Wait. I went to my kids and hubby's YouTube and subscribed. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you, Lori Jane. That's so awesome. So, all right, let's get to, do you guys want to see the Slenderman body cam footage? Okay, so let's recap. If you don't know what that case was about, it was a long time ago, and there was these girls that lured their friend to the park and then killed her, like stabbed her and killed her. And they claimed that Slenderman told them to do it. And so one of them, this Morgan Geyser one, what is this? This is, that's what is fun about smaller creators. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So yeah, we basically, she was in like a mental, I guess it was a group home because like, I don't know, you know, they said she wasn't like mentally competent. I don't really actually know what happened with her sentence. I know that she was guilty of murder. And then, but she had been in this like group home and then she cut her ankle monitor off and ran away. And, you know, Kristyna says, in my opinion, one was crazy. The other was a psychopath. these two girls, she said, didn't they go live? The girls go live. I don't remember them going live, but the trial was live, and by the way, I've been meaning to ask this to the other sleuths and people who've been watching true crime for a long time. Do you guys remember that YouTube channel called like Lady Justice? It was one of the very first ones that ever streamed court cases that I remember, like even before Law and Crime, even before Court TV. It was called Lady Justice, and she kept getting her channel shut down. It would be like Lady Justice, like all these different numbers. But this was one of the trials that I feel like I watched on her channel or their channel. Sorry, I shouldn't say crazy. I believe she's schizophrenic. Well, definitely has problems. So we're going to get to this body cam footage because a lot is going on here. So this was just a call. I'm going to just preface it. It was a call. Like, obviously it was her and she was with her, I don't know, like transgendered person that she had been in communications with and had been able to see almost like daily while she was in the group home. And the group home said that they didn't want her to see her anymore. And so, they were going to like, her visits were going to have to stop. I don't know why. And so that's why she cut her ankle monitor off. So anyways, let me get to that screen because I saved it over here. Okay.
Robins, I don't know if they're able to like sleep in their lobby because they used to do that before, but they said they'll do this one.
Yeah, I called to see. I didn't know what to do. Like, I read them. So I was calling to see can they get somewhere for the night.
Yeah, and the thing is, there ain't a lot of shelters. that's what's crazy.
Yeah.
They find shelters for other people, but down.
Yeah, because I'm out with the food. But I couldn't leave them out here. So I'm like, I didn't know what to do. So I was like, just let me call and see do y'all know something.
I told them that I believe Robins is a lot of very good there, but they didn't think
Where you guys from?
From south.
South? Like how far?
Not that far. We're not living anywhere. We'll be fine tonight.
Okay, that's her. Sorry, I put it on 1.25. I hope that's okay with everyone. Yeah, so basically they were outside this store and they got called because you're not supposed to sleep out there.
Okay, I just want to make sure you guys are warm.
We're fine.
You sure?
I appreciate it.
No problem. I just want to make sure you guys have some place you want to stay.
No, we're all good.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh my God, you're right, Jungle Jill Vet. So, okay. She did survive. You're right. So it wasn't murder. So she was like attempted murder, right? So the girls lived. Oh, I thought you said live, of course. Sorry. The girls lived to tell on the girls. That's right. She survived and was able to tell on them. So sorry. Good call. Thanks for the reminder. I don't know how that slipped my head. Wasn't she stabbed like 36 times? Yeah, this was crazy. This was absolutely crazy. You're so right. Thank you for that. Yeah, they really tried. It's a miracle she survived. If I remember, no, you do remember correctly, and it is a miracle. And yeah, let's keep going with this footage. Sorry.
23?
Yeah.
How old is he?
She's transgender.
Oh, how old is she? 23? Okay.
I don't have my ID, but
All right, well, give him your name and date of birth, but you just got to make sure you're saying who you are. You say you are, okay? You're not missing them, stuff, okay? No problem. Thank you for calling. Because I don't believe you're 23. That's fine. Okay? And we got called here for a call. So just be honest. I want to make sure that you're not missing. As long as you're not missing, you can go on your way. Are you missing from somewhere? Then just give me your name and date of birth and you can be on your way.
okay, I'm 19.
Huh?
I'm 19.
19? That's
Yeah.
fine. You're still an adult. So
yeah. So what's your last name? No one.
I don't want to give you my name.
okay, well then we're gonna arrest you and take you an ID. We're gonna hold you an ID at the station for fingerprints. So you don't want to obstruct an officer. Give me your name and date of birth. You're not wanted for murder, right?
Right.
Well, then you ain't gonna have a problem with us. I promise you. Okay? You're making a bigger deal than it is.
Please go. Hey, what's up?
It is.
Who is
Transgender. So just get her name, his name.
you ready with you? No. Were you ever issued an ID? Or anywhere?
Yeah.
Anywhere? Okay. What state were you issued an ID out of?
Mine was issued out of Wisconsin.
Okay. And what's your last name?
Robinson.
You spell that? You have a middle initial? Okay. What's your date of birth?
Robert.
Oh, Robertson. Okay.
Sorry, I think it's great.
Your last name is Uries?
You said you what? It's your real name, right? Right. It's not a big deal. You'll be on your way, okay?
Okay. Do you have
First name George Robert Ida Edward Sam. First name Stephanie Sam Tom Edward Paul Henry Adam Nora Ida.
So she gives a wrong name, right? At first, don't worry, you guys. It's about to take some crazy turns. Yeah. So first she gives the wrong name. Well, first she lies about how old she is, and then because then she can't give the right year for the birthday, and then now she gives the wrong name, and he's like, it's just really funny. He's like, we just want to make sure you're not missing, like you're not wanted for murder or anything, are you? And it keeps getting crazy.
Edward, date of birth April 16, 2002, female.
Come run yours now. My car? It's right there.
It's out of Wisconsin.
You still running in Wisconsin, maybe do work. Unless you want to do it over there, that's even easier. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Lori, this is after the stabbing.
Yeah, that's what I was Can you do something wrong?
No, we just got called here for a service call. So well, now you did something wrong because just come back no record on files, and that means you're lying to us about your name. Okay. So now that's obstructing. I'm gonna give you one more chance before we're gonna take you in custody and fingerprint you. Okay. So just be honest. It's not a big deal. You're making it a bigger deal.
Robert Robert Tom Samuel Nora. First name is Charles. Third initial I'm married. Date of birth 12/17/1983. Should have a list.
Give me your real name.
ID for the real
Okay. Because if he comes back, no record on file, also, which I hope he doesn't, because that means both of you are lying. I'm gonna take you both in for fingerprints. Okay? Don't make us do all that. We just want to send you on your way. No, you can't. You guys wanted for something?
Charles, I'm married.
Why are you hiding your name? I don't understand.
Well, you didn't come back even out of Wisconsin.
I just don't want my identity out there.
Okay.
It's just personal preference.
Okay. You can have that preference, but we're going to have that preference of taking you in and fingerprinting. Okay? That's what we're going to do.
Is there any way to avoid that?
Yeah, give us your right name, date of birth, and then we can go on our way. We don't want to mess with you.
Yeah, so Lori Jane, so the stabbing was in 2014. So, and it was just the one on the left, Morgan. And so she, had now, so it's been 11 years, whatever. So, she did her time, and then she was in this group home, but not really free yet. So she had an ankle monitor, and then she had been communicating with this 40-year-old transgender person or whatever. And then the group home said that they don't want her to see him anymore. And so I don't know. And so that's why she cut off her ankle monitor. And then she'd been on the run for a day. And so, these officers have no idea who she is right now.
We don't want to take you in a fingerprint, but if that's what I have to do, I have to make sure you're not wanted for anything, no homicides or anything like that. That's it.
I can promise you
okay.
that. And I know it.
I don't know you and you don't know me.
I know.
Okay. So give your name, make sure you ain't wanted for no warrants, and then you're good. Stephanie, one last chance. This is your last opportunity.
So let's try this again.
I don't know what you're so scared about.
What's your last name?
I didn't break the
Can we
law.
please let her go? So
you did by lying to the officer.
You guys are loitering on statute of false identification at this moment, which is a Class A misdemeanor, that's arrestable offense. Therefore, you can be placed under arrest for that. Both of you, because you lied and you lied. And give me your real name. And we got dispatched here because you guys are loitering in the back of the business. It's not like we.
And there's signs posted, there's no loitering. Okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's not a big deal. What is your name? Don't make us arrest you and do all this extra stuff that we don't need to do. I know. We got way more serious things to worry about than this. But we got called here. It ain't like we just walked up and started messing with you.
And not only that, but when we print you, it could take a day,
2 days.
2 days until your prints come back before we can. So you'll be in our custody until we can release you. If you want to sit in the cell all day, that's fine.
And your prints might come back before him. So then that means that he would still stay at the station and you might get released. You might as well just avoid all of that and tell us your real names.
Look, if you want to stay in a cell for 3 days, by all means, we'll go this route.
I'm going up to her.
I love that he's like, we have more important things to do than deal with you guys, so we don't even want to be here either. Like, he has no idea. He has no idea that they have, like, this person was like headline of the news missing.
At this point, we're just going to detain her.
Please let her go.
Then
Please let her go.
Then give him your name.
I did something wrong.
What did you
She
do
doesn't
wrong?
know what I did.
Okay, that's fine. I ain't.
What are you talking about?
What is it that you did wrong?
I did something really wrong.
What?
47 and Cicero.
What did you do wrong?
47 Cicero. 5 minute earlier.
It's not that. Nothing. It can't be that serious.
Charlie X-ray 3727.
What was it?
We have to identify. Okay, what you agreed.
And what is your name? What's happening? We don't want problems with you. Okay. We just need to ID you. That's it.
Okay.
What did you do wrong?
5 days to get a week.
What?
Okay.
She doesn't know my real name.
Okay. Well, give him your real name. Don't tell him.
Thank you. Why? Why can't you give information? What's wrong with that? So he says he just can't give me his information.
Okay, so segment customer.
MORGAN
G-U, what is it?
GEYSER. I promise she did not know.
G-E-Y-S.
ER.
And then what's your date of birth?
May 16th, 2002.
I mean, she's already lying. Like, you know, she's lied so many times, and then she's like, "Oh, I promise that, like, she didn't know. She didn't know about me." It's like, yeah, she did. Like, she went and was visiting you with your ankle monitor.
So Morgan is your first name, right?
Yes.
G-E-Y-S-E.
No.
Let me say goodbye, please.
Okay, we will.
I will never see her again.
Yeah, you will.
No, I won't.
Why?
Because I did something bad. Let me say goodbye.
We will let you say goodbye, but just stand by until we figure out what's going on. Okay?
You
I promise. I'll let you say goodbye.
No matter what I did?
Yeah, no matter. That's my word. Okay? Okay? You're being honest with me.
I'm being honest. That's my name. Trust me, I didn't want to give it to you.
Okay.
You'll see why in a second. But she didn't know my name. She didn't know my name. Not my real
Huh? Hold on. What is it? Is that your real name? They didn't come back.
That's my real name.
What's your middle initial?
E.
E?
Trust me.
Is that your real birthday?
Yes, May 16th, 2002.
You got E as the Edward? Okay, middle initial.
And then they can't even, like, find her name. Sorry, do you guys that probably isn't, like, as exciting as I thought it was, but, like, if you follow this case, it's pretty funny, but it keeps
E, right?
Yeah, E.
I didn't know, I'm sorry.
Morgan, you guys are
Go ahead and put your hands in
You
the
said I could say
I will
goodbye.
let you. You guys go in the same place, okay?
I promise she didn't know.
Okay. We'll get you warm, okay? Have you ate? Have you ate anything? All right, hold on a second. Is your ID in your purse? Honestly.
It is. I know you will. It's not.
Okay, well, we're going to go through it.
Give me, I was a 1037 vehicle.
Try to get mid-low.
Get the car wash in the 145 block, just around Gray Honda. I'll get you something up.
Hey, Ronnie, take these bags since you got gloves. Try to find an ID in her. She said she doesn't have one. I think she's saying that it's really, really bad. So the only really, really thing bad is you'll never see me again is I hope she didn't commit a homicide.
Like, can you believe that? He's like, oh, she said she did something really, really bad, and, like, you know, the only thing I could think was really, really bad. Like, I hope she didn't commit a homicide. Well, it was an attempted murder, and she did commit something really bad.
But she's the way she's talking. She's saying that that's really, really bad.
All right. Homeless couple's guidebook. Okay, well, I think that's the start of it. I got a flashlight, girl.
Do I got a flashlight? Yeah, I got a flashlight. Go through this one for ID. Let's just do it back at the station so it's warm. Let's put all that back in the thing.
This is their stuff, right?
Did you drop your pen?
No, that's fine.
Someone's pen's over there.
Yeah, that's his, whoever it was.
014, can we pick it up, sir?
Back at the station.
Put this in your front here, right?
Another man. At the scene or at the
Station.
station?
So let's charge them also because of the cannabis, everything.
Yeah, for sure. They have cannabis on them, so they're going for that too.
Yeah, so that, I mean, I thought it was pretty crazy because, and let's go to the update for the article about it and then see if, let me share this. Oh, it's not going to let me share this screen. Oh, hold on, because I have to present it. Hold on. Okay, so let me see. Can you guys see this? Oh, no, you can't. Yeah, that's scary. She was out with an ankle monitor. It was pre-planned torture, and they thought she was dead. Yeah, exactly. So we'll just give up what the latest follow-up on it was. Oh my God, these ads are crazy. Oh no. Okay. Slenderman stabbing defendant Morgan Geyser is back in custody in Waukesha County 4 days after her escape from a Madison group home. Is that how you say it right? Waukesha? Waukesha County Sheriff Lieutenant Nicholas Wenzel said Geyser was in custody at the county jail shortly after 4 p.m. on Wednesday, November 26th. She was brought there by officials from Cook County, Illinois, said Hillary Mintz, county spokeswoman. So Illinois and Wisconsin. So I don't know how many hours apart that is, but they got kind of far. So maybe that's why they didn't know who she was. A day earlier, Geyser, 23, appeared before a Cook County judge and waived extradition, agreeing to go back to Wisconsin, where she faces escape charges. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services filed a petition on November 26 to revoke the conditional release Geyser was granted earlier this year. Online court records show. Good, keep her locked up. A motion hearing on that petition is set for December 22nd. It was in the Waukesha County 11 years ago that Geyser and co-defendant Anissa Weier tried to kill their friend and classmate Peyton Loader. Geyser and Weir were charged with attempted first-degree homicide in the 2014 attack. Prosecutors say the two were trying to appease Slenderman, a faceless fictional online character that developed a cult-like following. Geyser stabbed Leutner 19 times. All three girls were 12 years old at the time. Geyser and Weir were found not guilty by reason of mental defect or disease in 2017 and sentenced to mental confinement. Weir for 25 and Geyser for 40 years. Geyser was granted conditional release when a judge said how he saw no risk to the public or to herself and was placed in a group home in Madison. She was found November 23rd, a day after she fled the group home, with 43-year-old Chad Charlie Mecca sleeping behind a truck stop in Posen, Illinois. See if they'll show us that photo. Well, do we need to see it? Maybe not. But I wanted to show you guys that. Let me do it on a different screen. Because then her mom posted, like, my daughter's missing, and she was last seen with this guy, and they're like, she's not missing, she freaking escaped. Oh, yeah. So that's who she was with. That's scary. She was out with an ankle monitor. Yeah, exactly. It says the police officer was so kind and compassionate. You could hear his voice. Hey, no, he was so kind. He's like, honey, just give us your name so we can make sure like you're not wanted for anything, and then we'll be on our way. And turns out she was wanted for something. Just crazy. So, okay, let me share this tab instead. Yes, so I'm only going to share these photos, but I just want to say when CJ comes back, I cannot wait for her Morphew update because she got some of the footage from like what's her name's Patreon, the one who was I forgot it, Paul Mooney, I think was her name. And make sure you can see this. Yeah. And so remember how we've talked about the squirrel killer or whatever nicknames we have for him, but his daughters, and then in a stream that CJ and I did, were like, his daughters seem off. Well, this body cam footage, she has the crazy face, like the crazy eyes. And I'm not saying that, like, I'm not trying to judge her looks. There is something like with her expressions and the way she responded to this police officer. So when CJ comes back, I hope she shows the video, but I'm like, it's going to be fun. Whenever she does it, look out for it because the facial expressions alone that she was giving, it was a speeding ticket. She was going 85 and like a 50. And then her excuse was that, oh, she's trying to go see family or something. And then they also say that like her license was from like, I don't like a different state. Like she's lived in Colorado or something for 7 years, but her license is from somewhere else. He's like, you got to get a Colorado license then. And she's like, okay. And like, and then he says how she has to like show up in court, like on Monday or something. And she's like, well, can't I just pay something to get out of it? I mean, she's just like, I mean, entitled, like just the facial expression is like something's creepy about her. I mean, I honestly think she was part of this plot to off her mom, but that's just allegedly in my opinion. Yeah, she definitely has them eyes. Yeah. So, we'll have to look forward to that. DJ, I'd love for you to cover the Aaron Spencer trial in January in Arkansas. Okay. So do we know if that's going to be, I've never covered a case from Arkansas that I can think of. Do they allow cameras in the court? I do want to look into that more because honestly, so I was covering the Cain Velasquez case, especially like on my X and on my TikTok for a long time, since like the beginning. And I've done a lot of threads on it. And it's kind of almost the same thing, where they go after the person who essayed their child, except he ended up in jail. But because he shot at the vehicle, they were driving the person, but around whatever. There's other circumstances with Cain Velasquez, the UFC fighter, but people don't understand was that he was told that the pedo was in jail. So when he saw him out driving around, he freaked out and chased him down and shot at him. But it was also this champion, like heavyweight champion fighter, and he used a weapon because if he used his hands, which he's taught are his greatest weapons, he would have killed the guy. And it probably would have been better off if he had done that and just grabbed him out of the car and smashed his face in. But he probably would have actually killed him that way. So I think honestly being chased after with the gun was better, but whatever. He was in jail because of the gun charges and because the DA there sucks, horrible. And but I do think that there's a lot to say when the system fails someone like that. So free Cain Velasquez, and yeah, I'm all about the Aaron Spencer one. So I will look into that. Yeah, the man that killed his daughter's kidnappers. Yeah, exactly. And isn't he also running for like office or something where he lives? I don't know. This isn't an excuse, only an actual emergency. Yeah. I used to take online classes with Pam Coronado. She is paid by police departments to use her intuitive skills to find missing people or to help solve crimes. Oh, that's interesting. So are we talking the sheriff? Oh, he's running for sheriff? Oh, that is so funny. Oh, no. Wait, he's running for sheriff, or you have to clarify. I want to make sure I got that right. Yeah, okay, he is. He's running for sheriff. So that's what's so funny about this. And good for him because yeah, just the same with the Cain Velasquez one. Like they did everything they were supposed to do. Like they as soon as their kid told them, like they looked up online what to do. They called like an SA hotline that told them, to make a police report. So they called the police, they made a report. They went to they had he was like a 5-year-old child at the time, do a forensic interview, like, which was not easy. I mean, they did everything they were supposed to do. The pedo, the DA had even asked for him to be locked up. And then, but then because their system was so failed that in order to get his ankle monitor, so the judge said he could be out on like house arrest, which is wrong. But this was after like they had told him that he was going to be locked up. And then the place that does the ankle monitors was closed. Like that's next to the court. So that's why this guy was out free with his parents for the weekend. And then Cain Velasquez ran into him and then shot at him. Lena, hello. Hey, you're live. Hello. I must run to get ready for work. But hey, hi. Well, we're just testing out all those cool emojis you made. I don't know if you guys want to put them in the chat so she can see what they look like. But I think the blanket one looks like the one they're hard to see because they're small, but they're so cute and we love them and we're so thankful. And now I have more members because I bought some people subscribed, but some people paid for memberships, but I also bought 25 in hopes that we can test them all out and everyone gets to play with them. They say the police are corrupt. Yeah. Well, I think that case is crazy. So I wonder if they're going to live stream it. So we have to look into that because yeah, that would be a fun one to cover. And then since it's not till January, I have time to like look into it. Irma, yes, fight or flight, no blinking. Scleral show, like a dog about to bite. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, part of your people, exactly. Training involved assessing people. That's so true. Yeah, because one of my rescues, he's a little crazy, the cat, and I can tell like when his eyes get a little, his pupils get a little big and he does this weird thing with his face, is that I know he's going to be in a little bit of a crazy mode. Your cousin lives 15 miles from the town in Arkansas. Wow, that must have been the story of Arkansas. Crazy. So do you guys want to do David? Let's see. I have that on here. Okay, so maybe it was over here. Yeah, okay. Let me pull up that one. Okay, so were you guys following this whole debacle with what the David thing, where TMZ said that she was frozen when they found her? And like she was frozen when they found her. And then SF Investigates was like, no, they're wrong. And then because everyone's like, well, how would that work? Because she was in the trunk for like a long time, even if she was frozen in the beginning. Kristyna said, I was blowing CJ up over this DFJ. I was too, because there were so many updates that came in the past few days. And yeah, TMZ just makes things up for clicks. Well, they said she was like decapitated, which was like, of all things, like we know, that she was, like cut up, but like the way they said that like she was decapitated, I just thought it was unnecessary. And so TMZ said, like, made these claims and said it was from their source close within the department. So then SF Investigates was like, no, you guys lied. Let me see where he first said it. It was kind of funny. Yeah, he put this thing. He's like, wrong, lying. Watching a tabloid get trolled will be hilarious, almost under any circumstance besides at the expense of a teenager, which I agree with. And then let's go to where he corrects her. Okay, so then he said, it's important. He started with this one. So he went off on them. He said, I'm not going to use anyone's name. Well, basically, he corrected them and I'll read that in a sec, but just to give you what happened is like, then the LAPD came out and they said that they were closing like you know, you can it is a homicide. You know, they're investigating people for murder, but that but that the medical examiner, like, whatever, they sealed the record, so like we can't have access to it. And so, but that, like, it was incorrect information. So then TMZ doubled down, and they said their source is very close and they're standing by their story. So yeah, let's read what SF Investigate says. So he said, I'm not, and there's a few of these posts. So I'm not going to use anyone's names, so it'll probably be obvious what I'm referring to. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, it'll probably be obvious to what I'm referring to. If that violates anything and someone feels I need to be arrested, then honestly, being locked up without a phone and a computer sounds like a dream vacation right now, so that's fine with me. Freezing a body completely halts the decomposition process. It freezes the liquid inside the tissues and prevents bacteria from spreading, which is required for decomposition. There are people on Mount Everest who have been above ground for decades and are still preserved. Morgues use refrigeration to slow decomposition for this exact reason. Saying a pathologist cannot make a determination because a body was frozen is completely out of touch with basic science. A medical examiner would prefer for a body to be immediately frozen because it becomes a time capsule. Medical students train for surgery on cadavers. Bodies are routinely frozen and thawed for educational and surgical training. I screenshot and attach messages from 2 medical professionals discussing the process of moving a body from a 4-degree freezer into a 39-degree refrigerator, and the body was fully thawed in 4 days. Another professional notes that a fully deep frozen body will thaw in 48 to 72 hours when done in a controlled setting. Not frunk. So how could a body still be partially frozen after sitting in a frunk for months? If you want to change the timeline now, fine. Let us say a body was placed there on the day the parking enforcement officer first ticketed the vehicle. We know from the tire chalking that the car was never moved. That is 13 to 14 days before the body was found in the Tesla frunk. And people actually believe TMZ when they say the body was still partially frozen when it arrived at the medical examiner's office. What the actual F? Right now, the choice is between science and TMZ, and it is still shocking how many people are choosing TMZ. This is the same outlet that has published breaking news today saying the house on Doheny has a refrigerator and a freezer in the kitchen, an appliance every house has. Totally agree within there. And so when I saw TMZ say that, you know, she was still frozen, I was like, that, like, doesn't make any sense, and they're liars. And yeah, so then he says, I appreciate the commitment to transparency by the LA County Medical Examiner's Office. They previously denied a LAPD request for security hold on the case. Now LAPD obtained a court order sealing the case. The timing of that with the wording of the news release from the medical examiner's office leads me to believe a cause and manner of death have been determined in the case of Celeste Hernandez, and that the ME's investigating autopsy reports are complete. So, yeah, so this was the medical examiner's statement on the case. And they said on Friday, November 21st, the County of Los Angeles Department of Medical Examiner Department received a court order initiated by the LAPD to place a security hold on the medical examiner case, Celeste Hernandez. No records or details associated with the case, including the cause and manner of death and medical examiner's report, can be released or posted on the website until further notice. The department's mission is to have full transparency with the community by providing information about our cases to empower people to make changes that save lives, Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Ukpo. Since becoming the department head, I've worked on eradicating the practice of placing security holds on medical examiner cases simply by law enforcement request. The practice of security holds is virtually unheard of in other counties and has not been proven to improve outcomes in the legal system. We are dedicating to serving our community with full transparency. However, the law precludes us from doing so when the court order remains in the case. The department previously received a request for a security hold from the LAPD on the case on September 15th, which was denied due to insufficient justification to warrant the hold. The department understands the public's interest in this case and remains committed to transparency when possible. Information will be made available once the court order is lifted. For questions about the court order, timing, and law enforcement investigation in this case, please contact the LAPD. So then, okay. And so then I think we got the hold. I said something here too. I commented on him. I said, TMZ's credibility is what has been decapitated. No one there seems to be using their head before publishing BS information. Because really, I mean, it doesn't even make sense that the body was frozen. Let me see what you guys are all saying. And let me make this bigger. I want you to be able to see it. Okay. Oh, wow. You guys are excited about this. Okay, hold on. It takes a long time to defrost a body. It's not a turkey. But what do you think about like in a frunk for like 2 weeks? Yeah, it was either California or Texas in the middle of summer when it was over 100 many days in a row. Yeah. It's late and I can't remember which day. It was California, Rose Wild. You're right. It was California, but at some point he was in Texas with her and people, I don't know, but the car was in California. And here's the weird thing is that like by the time that they stopped moving this car is when he bought a new Tesla. So it's like, why'd you buy a new one? Why didn't you just start driving the one that's parked on the side of the street over there? You know? Yeah, it was California because it was in Los Angeles. And LAPD is, the one making all these comments. How do they know when the body was placed? It might not be when it was abandoned. Well, because they apparently have the footage of when the body was put in the car. Like apparently they know who put the body in the car. So they know the date of that. But I don't think we know the date. We know the date when the car was like stopped moving because that's when it was chalked. So we don't really know. But here's the other weird thing that TMZ said that her fingers were too waterlogged to take prints. And it was like, were they waterlogged or were they just decomposed at that point? Because she had been in the car for so long, but they weren't that decomposed because she had her freaking, the tattoo. Well, that was one of the ways they identified her. They could see on the finger. So I don't know. And she had all of her clothes on. They were able to identify what she was wearing. I mean, maybe, I don't know, in that state or what state she was in of decomposition when they found her. I mean, even if she was frozen for a long time, I mean, if she's sitting in a trunk in LA of a car that's not on for at least at a minimum, it would be a few weeks. I don't know. Yeah, they have the video of the last time it was moved, but they don't know by who. TMZ seems to be lying in their posts on all the big stories. Well, and that's the thing. Like, if you're following the Blake Lively story, you know how much they lie. They are constantly lying. And then we just saw again with this TMZ story or with this like Trader Joe's story of Lively and with that headline that like, or with the URL that makes no sense. Like they're pay to play, they're for clicks. And I don't believe them, honestly. I believe they do know someone there and maybe they have some of the story right, but like it defies logic how she can still be frozen. That makes zero sense in California. I know, it just doesn't. They all seem to agree she was in a bag. Yes, they do. All the sources say that she was in a bag in the trunk. I want to hear more news about the second Celeste that was look-alike wearing her clothes. Oh, the second Celeste. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know about that one. Yeah, they have a video of the last person to move the car. Okay, so I thought they had okay, so that's what it was. So they don't have the video of when the body was put in the car, but of the last time it was moved. You're right. That's the thing. You turn to liquid in a trunk in that state for so long. Yeah. They were waterlogged fingers are probably from decomposition. Exactly. TMZ will report anything. Yeah, they will. And I don't believe them too much. Yeah, because they lie all the time. I mean, they just were saying how Baldoni missed a deadline to like respond in Lively's case or something for the MSJ or MJOP. And it was like, that's not what happened at all. And why are you posting that? No one's going to believe you anymore. Devil's advocate, LAPD lost fingerprints in Diddy's case. Well, maybe. So let me read this last part that he says. So, excellent and accurate reporting from Richard Winton at the LA Times regarding Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Today, a captain at LAPD told the LA Times Williams on Monday stated the body was not decapitated and had not been frozen, as some media outlets have reported. The motion filed in court to seal the medical examiner's report, which includes the cause and manner of death, stated that this is not only a homicide investigation, but a murder investigation. The LA Times reported LAPD Detective Joshua Byers, a veteran of the Elite Robbery Homicide Division, filed a declaration on Friday that described their probe as a murder investigation, according to court documents reviewed by the Times. It has been painful to watch people accept the frozen and dismembered narrative that TMZ put out. I'm glad LAPD has now confirmed that this information was correct. So, y'all, the story is wild regardless, because initially the whole thing seemed weird, because it's like normally when people dismember a body in the cases that I followed over the years, it's because they're trying to hide their identifying marks. They hide the hands or the head, so they can hide the teeth, and like that. That's usually why they cut them up, or sometimes to fit them in small spaces. But she would not have needed to be cut up to be fit in the trunk. So what was going on here? I have no idea. That is still crazy, but at least we know that it's a murder investigation. And let me see what you say. Both sides are proven liars. Yeah. A few days before that, they reported the guy at Travis' house was serving a subpoena for Justin Baldoni, which was also a lie. Yes. Yes, exactly. Would his family put her there later? Would his family put her there later to give an alibi? Would his family put her there later to give an alibi? Well, I mean, how many people, if a lot of people know about this, it's going to be easier to crack. What was that? Remember that show, Pretty Little Liars? They're like, a secret's not a secret. Do you guys remember that? I forgot that song, but it's like, there's a secret, can you keep it? But it says something like, if it's not a secret, if more than one person knows. And so people will know. But an alibi, I mean, if they were trying to do an alibi, I just don't understand why they cut her up in the first place. Why? And then put her in the trunk. That's what doesn't make sense to me. Like, and then they just kept moving the car. A few days before they reported that. Oh, yeah. Okay, we saw that. Okay. I don't think it would be family. I think it would be his crew. Yeah, maybe. Because I think they said that they have two, they think it's two people. There are all kinds of wild theories out there as to who and why. The fact there isn't much info out has led to a lot of the conspiracies. And where did we see this before? With the Idaho 4, remember? Idaho 4 case should be studied as like exactly what not to do, in my opinion, because they're still slow dripping out information. And it has led to so much unnecessary pain for the family and this prolonged, the public, which I was such a high profile case for the public. Like, the entire world was following that case because it is so unheard of what happened there. And people wanted answers, and instead they hid things from the public. Conspiracy theories ran wild, and they still continue to run wild. And that's why transparency, I really like that medical examiner, by the way. They said they haven't seen in legal cases where like not revealing the information has helped in any way. Like, transparency actually usually helps. Justice for Celeste, I agree. There's a grand jury going on right now for the case, so praying that this child gets some justice. Oh, me too. Oh, that's what the line is. A secret, can you keep it? Now this one you'll say, it's not a secret. I need to know what that is. Now I'm going to look it up. Got a secret? Can you keep it? Because 2 can keep a secret if one of them is dead. Yeah. So only 2 can keep a secret if one of them is dead. Exactly. Wow, you have such a good memory. That show's been off the air for a while, but I was obsessed. Cassie just made a statement saying she has the unsealed docs. Really? Okay. All right. So is she live? Should I send you guys over there? Let me check. Or is she going to go live? I don't see anything scheduled. But did she make a post? Oh, I see this. I just downloaded the unsealed exhibits. I'm working on them right now to go over them with you, ASP. They're so juicy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me get them. I just pull them up? Which documents are these? This might have to be a different stream. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, let me just send you guys this link so you have them. Because I want to make sure I present this to you in a good way. So I might have to do a different stream. There's a lot. A lot. And if I open the declaration first, because, you know, it doesn't say what these exhibits are in the... Okay, so here we go. So, all right, so Jamie Heath, the transcript of Jamie Heath is the first one. So that might have been without a crystal ball talking. So here's all the excerpts of transcripts we get. We get Jamie Heath, Gordon Duran, Jen Abel, Blake Lively. Should we just open that? We have to open that one, right? Okay. Guys, this is crazy. We haven't seen these. Ah, that one's under seal, of course. Am I looking at the right ones? Yeah, because look, this is Jamie Heath. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, it is a lot. I want to make sure I have all the right ones. Wait, you saw CJ? CJ's here? So much juicy. I know. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. Exhibit 17 of document 874. Wow. Kristyna's came through. She wants, okay. I'm going to go to that one. Let me go to that one first. Well, here, let me just open a new tab. Okay. Exhibit. What did you just say? 17 of 874. Wow, that is way far back. Hold on. Okay, and of course it's not in order. Oh, I see, because it's from the order. Okay. Let me share this one with you instead so you guys can see this. Okay. So do you see this? So here's the order. Okay, so these are what got unsealed. All right, all these ones. So these are the ones that we have to look at. And I'm going to take a screenshot of this so I can look at each and every one of these on my own. But let's go to the one that... So, Kristyna, you want us to look up that one? That's what Reddit said to look up? Oh, because Blake still has everything sealed. Oh, you called me CJ. Oh, okay. That's cool. I get it. So you were just saying, what did you say? Oh, that's okay. Okay. There will be a lot more too because many have to be redacted then sent in again to be posted. So we're not going to get Blake Lively's because hers are still sealed, but we'll get all the other ones. Okay. So should we go back to that Jamie Heath one? Because you guys haven't seen that one yet. I haven't. Because do you think that this was the one that what's her name was talking about? Without a crystal ball. You said timeline. All right. Okay. Wayfair. So when was this? And this was for Jonesworks? Okay. Wayfair. So if this person was putting in their notice and moving on, what would that mean for Wayfair? So it was something to consider. But I do recall that in her notice that she didn't mean she was leaving tomorrow. There was a duration of time. I don't know. I don't know if that was a month or 2 months or 3 months or whatever it would have been. But certainly that would have been on my mind. Ms. Shaw, you just said something about Matthew not being the first person you felt safe considering to be like the leader of the Wayfair account, right? Who was the person that you felt safe with being the leader of the Wayfair account? Jen. Anyone else at Jonesworks? Jen. Okay. Sorry, this is hard to highlight. Would you describe the cadence of your relationship and interactions with Jen as Wayfair's publicist over the 4 years she had been on the account? And Shapiro says objection. And the witness says, Jen is on top of it. She understands and gets what we're about and how we like to operate. And I trust her judgment. And based on that, we built a relationship that was a professional trusting of the path we wanted to take. While I like Matthew Mitchell, he didn't feel to be a leader to me in the way Jen is. So let me make sure you guys can see this. So you guys know that Matthew Mitchell was the one that, was it Lively or Joe? I think it was Lively, issued a subpoena via LinkedIn. And he had worked at Jonesworks in LA. And he's mentioned several times in these filings, but let's keep going. Did you feel like you had the close relationship of trust and professional level with anyone else than Jen at Jonesworks? And he said, I didn't have distrust with anybody, but Jen was our point. Okay. And the stenographer reporter says, was our what? And the witness said, point person. Sorry. And then Ms. Shaw says, and I think you testified a little bit ago that like when you found out Jen was considering leaving Jonesworks, it was a consideration for you in terms of what would happen to Wayfair after she left. And he said, sure. And she said, can you tell me a little bit more about how you thought about that in your mind? And Ms. Shapiro says, objection. And he says, she just never was. So other than some of these instances, but in question, now there came a time in late August of 2024 where Wayfair provided notice to Jonesworks that it was terminating Jonesworks. Is that right? And he says, late August? And the question says, uh-huh. And he says, I probably need to see an email or something so I can confirm the date, but for the moment, I can take your word for it. And she says, sure, even apart from the date, you recall that there came a point in time when Wayfair terminated Jonesworks. He says, yes, okay. Who made that decision untimely? You know what? Maybe should I download this so it's easier to see? Well, let's just keep going. Who made that decision? And he said, ultimately. And she says, uh-huh. And he says, me. And she says, okay, why did you make that decision? He says, I mean, I think I expressed it before, so I will just give you the short version. And she says, please. And he says, I had to come to the conclusion that I had lost faith. I didn't like saying I had lost faith in what I believe Stephanie could provide and Jonesworks felt like. Thank you so much. A place that we've been for some years and, changes happen. And also our point person who I trusted with my kids, going back to the babysitter analogy, I trusted her. And here she's going somewhere else. And this happens all the time with agencies and managers. You have a relationship with Ms. Shaw, not the law firm you are at. And the witness says, thank you. And Ms. Shapiro says, do you want a break? Ms. Shaw says, yes, I think the reporter would like a break. Why don't we go off record? How long would you like? And the witness says, was this for me? The videographer says, we're going off the record. The time is 3:04. Recess, videographer. We are back on the record. Time is 3:44. So they took a 40-minute break. Question. I'm going to take a quick break to have a sip of tea. Are you guys still there? Okay, hold on one second. I will unmute, but just hold on one second. Okay, I unmuted. All right, let me go back to the screen. I have so many tabs open right now. All right, so they're back from the break. Miss Shaw. Question, you're aware that Wayfair filed counterclaims against Jones Works and Miss Jones in this case, correct? Oh my God, that was it? And then the report, oh, sorry. And that was it. Okay. So that was the timeline. Well, so late August is when they fired her. So exactly. So if they fired her in late August, okay, StephanieJonesLeaks.com, StephanieJonesLies.com was in May. And it was up for 2 days. And then it was off. So, like, it doesn't make any sense. May, June, July, August. So all this time later, like, why would they have done that? It doesn't make any sense for them to have any part in that website. And she knows that. I mean, by now she has to know that. So, and she got her motion to compel for her subpoena of Meta and Pinterest. So she already knows who's behind the Stephanie Jones Leaks Pinterest and of the Meta. But she already knew even before that. Like, she knew back in January of this year whose name is connected with the website. So why are we here? Like, I don't understand her at all. Still trying to find the Jamie Heath doc. Okay, so that probably wasn't it, I'm guessing. So let's see what else there is. I want to go back to the declaration because that's where it spells it out. All right, you guys tell me which one of these sounds interesting to you. So we have the excerpt, Jen Abel, Blake Lively exhibit, bait stamp something, Justine Harris. Oh, we have a true and correct copy of it. We have a Van Zandt exhibit. Do you think that's unsealed? That's number exhibit 8. Let me see. Okay, here's the Van Zandt one. It says, what the hell is this? The basis, okay, this is the summons. To the above named defendants, you are summoned to answer the complaint in this action to serve a copy of your answer. So was this the subpoena? Oh my God, wait. No, this is the complaint. Hold on a second. Plaintiff's address is 888 7th Avenue. Do you guys remember that? That whole 888 7th Avenue thing? Rabbit holes like we all fell down. Okay, so we've read this complaint. We already know this. All of this. Okay, so we've seen this one before. I think this was not new, right? We already seen that. Okay, so 87417 is the timeline. Okay, so let's go to that one. $847. Are we sure? Are you sure it isn't 874? 874. Okay, it's okay. It happens. Let's go to 874. Okay, we know it's not those. Here we go. And it's number. Are you sure? $87417. Okay. I don't see that, you guys. That's the memorandum. I mean, you can see like there's nothing here. And it's unavailable. That means I can't even, because usually like I can look and go to Pacer. I'm logging in. Oh, I see 17. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm going to download it. 1 second. I feel like we've seen some of these. They have Sarowitz. I feel like we've definitely seen some of these, but I'm going to download 17 for us. Oh my God, it's not even letting me. Why? All right, here we go. Y'all ready? Exhibit 17. And make sure you're all still there. Reddit said, okay, well, I have it. So we're here. So everyone's still here. We are going to read it. Exhibit 17. Wow, it is. It's literally called Timeline as the subject. Okay, so this was back from July 2024. It says, it opens for me. Thanks for sending Mitts. We'll review with fresh eyes. So this is from Jen to Mitts and to Jamie. Do you guys want me to start at the top or do you start at the bottom for these emails? Oh, okay. This is the whole thing. All right, let's just keep going. Hi, Melissa. My name is Mitts. I work closely with Jamie at Wayfair Studios. I'm sure we will chat more later this week. Looking forward to meeting you. We started putting a timeline of events over the last 2 years. This is a work in progress and needs some cleaning up, but sharing with you so you can start to get up to speed. Please let me know if you have any questions. Jen Abel, let me know the best way to share this with you. For some reason, Google Sheets doesn't like your email. Talk soon. Stephanie Jones probably has some like crappy email service. Okay. Okay, so this is like the timeline. Oh, here we go. Have you guys seen this yet? Yeah, here we go. This is exactly what I was saying. Yep. Look at, oh, there's Khaleesi. All right. Okay, get cozy. Oh, this goes back to 2022. Okay, so Baldoni flies out to me in person. Okay, so some of this we don't need to know everything. Right? Do you guys just want to see like where does it start? Okay, so he had the phone call with her trainer in wait, we want to see January. Oh, I'm gonna download this so it's more clear because I don't like this quality unless it's just a bad quality. Okay, this is better with the download. So let me see if I can share this with y'all. Hold on. When I share, it's not letting me do, it says image file or slides and PDFs. Okay, hold on. I need to pull up number 27. I just want to make it so you guys can see it better. So, okay, it's processing, add to stage. And then once I do that, I wonder how I operate it. Can I operate it from my computer? Oh, shoot. Then you guys still can't see that, right? Oh, that's so annoying. Okay. How can I share this with you guys, this PDF? Do you know? Like, so that you can see it? No? Okay. We can go back to the other screen then, and then The quality sucks. Like, I want you guys to be able to see it. Okay. Maybe take a break, coffee break. I just read us the important part. Okay, I'll do that. Google Drive. Oh, is that what I have to do? This is so stupid. Hold on. I just wanted to just share, like, this is I have the document, but I just want it so it's bigger for you guys. Okay. I can just read it. All right. I'm going to read it, but I wish I was just clear for you guys. I'm going to have to learn how to do that. I'm sorry. Okay. So I have to remove this, add this. That is really annoying. What about present? No, that's like worse. Okay. Uh-oh. Now I just messed everything up. Hold on. You guys, what did I just do? Okay, sorry, 1 second. I'm just resharing it. Okay. Oh, it's not the wrong one. Hold on. I just have to share my screen one more time. This is such a pain. Okay, you guys can see this though. So let's go back to the important parts. I'm guessing the important parts are the parts that are highlighted. So it says, Justin had a phone call with Blake's trainer about her weight. Okay, so that was in April 2023. And then it says Vegas shoot canceled due to Blake's child being sick. This delayed shot for 1 week also cost production money. And then Justin recorded rehearsal with Jenny. So that was on 5/11/23. Okay, so these are red, so I think these are important. Lily's car, Andrew's resting. Okay, so that was what the shoot was. Meeting in Blake Lively's trailer regarding wardrobe. JB tears up. Jamie Heath looked in her direction while in her trailer. So that was in May 2023. In the morning, JB and BL discussed production wardrobe, and Blake Lively made some remark about how Taylor Swift said the fans don't know what they want until you give it to them, in defense of her wardrobe choices, which were being trashed online. Further, she paid JB a compliment on this day, and JB, in hearing it, teared up. This would later be weaponized against him, as BL would insist that JB was in her trailer sobbing about how she looks old. Later that day, BL had requested to meet with Jamie, Justin, Alex, and Ange after rap. Jamie knocked on her trailer and she let him in. In the room, she was her hair and makeup team and her assistant and/or nanny. Blake later took issue with this. Jamie and Blake spoke about when the meeting would take place. Blake would not adjust her turnaround time and instead insisted that we meet tonight. After Blake finished taking her makeup, they had the meeting in Blake's makeup trailer, the Lookout combo. So she brought up Taylor in that trailer thing. Oh, you guys aren't seeing this. Oh my God. Do your best, DFJ. I know. Do you guys, I just want to know how to share a PDF on StreamYard. Use the built-in slides feature and then zoom in on that. Well, that wasn't working, so who knows? Okay. You don't see it. Do you see it now? Up at the top, DFJ, click on the right of the 197. No, I know. That's for because maybe now that I bought it, maybe now it's in. That's because that's on, I'm presenting it, but I downloaded the PDF so that we can all see it together. And it's a lot clearer on the PDF, and it's not clear here. And I don't know, for some reason, I don't know why they're not on Court Listener yet, because I have that extension. So when I buy something on Pacer, it's supposed to put it onto Court Listener. And for some reason it's not. But maybe now it will be, so let me check. Yeah, no, it's still not. So probably because there's so many and it's just going to take a long time. But you guys can see it. I know, but I wish it was just closer. Because with the like when I actually do the PDF, it says like slide. Yeah, because I mean I have it here, but then when I see, this is what happens. There's no way to like yeah, there's no way to like edit it. Like there's no way to like zoom in on there. I can only go like this. So it's like clearer, but then I can't zoom. Maximize. See? So then you guys can't see that. Anyways. So we're just going to do it from here. And I'm sorry. Okay, so then we have Justin made sexy comments. Jamie showed birth video. So this was again in January, February, March, May. So it says sexy comment happened on set in between takes while JB was giving direction. At the end of the day, 9p, JB sends text to BL. I'm not going to tell you that you are amazing because you tease me for being so sentimental, but you are amazing today. BL to JB reply, thank you. I do appreciate it. I'm just a ball buster, but it means a lot. It means a lot to me. I care a great deal and always want to deliver. You are terrific. I'm proud of everything we did today, but really every day. And let me just make sure you guys can see all this. Yes, I understand, Rosewide, what you're saying, to click that on the Zoom right now, but this is on the one from Pacer. So it's a terrible quality. So I downloaded it, and when I use it as a PDF and I upload the PDF one, like this is bad. I mean, you guys can probably, I guess you can see it better there, but it's a bad quality versus like when I downloaded the PDF and I pull it up on the stage, for whatever reason on StreamYard, it doesn't let me zoom in on that one. Okay, so that's clear enough for you guys? Okay, so we'll just keep it like that. Okay, so, but then it's so zoomed in that I can't really see what's happening with it. Thank you. Okay, so she's a ball buster. Blake COVID shutdown day. So that was in May 26th through 31st. Interesting. Oh, and they think that this is maybe, so after that, they think this may be when BL and GS call Ange. Ange informs JB and JH that they called to complain about sexy comment and birth video. Where did he say she was sexy? I don't even see that. I don't even see where it says that. Okay. Production resumed shooting. Blake took Alex, Justin, and Jamie to her trailer to discuss the complaints she had about them. These complaints include 1, sexy comment, 2, JH showing the birth scene, 3, told JB that he should not cry anymore, 4, told JH that he looked at her in the trailer, 5, says that she was offended that JH asked Miss Lively's sister for a hug and then minimized HR concerns, 6, she also mentioned something to Alex sex, but I can't recall. Wow. Okay. Oh, red is a big deal, probably. Strike shutdown day. Picketers shut down the set. We tried to add fairy scene, which would put us far away or something. Put us far away from the picketers, but Blake went across picket lines. Well, I mean, that's okay. All right, so the production resumes without Blake, young cast only. Lindsay sent confidential protection letter to Wayfarer on behalf of Blake Lively. Who the hell's Lindsay? Do you guys know? Can you imagine Freeman cross-examining Blake Lively? What did you mean when you said ball? Do you think Freeman asked her that in the deposition? I don't know. 5/23/23 on timeline. Okay, so that's the one you want? Oh, we already did that. Okay, so let's keep going. Shooting pushed to January due to Blake not willing to work. Wow, there's a lot of this. Blake is pausing this movie and causing them delays. They should be putting money numbers next to that. I want to know like how much that cost, you know, for each time that this happens. Okay, this is here we are, prep in New Jersey. 1/4/2020 meeting at Blake's house with Blake, Ryan, Justin, Jamie, Ange, Alex, and Todd, where Blake and Ryan expressed all of their feelings. Where does that say Swift was there? I don't see anything about Swift. Oh, this is funny. So here's when they did the test screening for the Sony lot. And for the Justin Baldoni friends and family, their score was 88%. BL requests to work on film without JB. Okay. Trailer launch influencer event at Sony. Dinner, Colleen, Taryn, Justin, and Jamie after. Justin Baldoni divulges to Colleen Hoover all the behind-the-scenes drama that went down, tells her about the sexy comment. Both CH and her friend Terry are empathetic to the situation. And it looks like right before that, he sent that text to Jamie to Alex about Blake taking over. Blake, okay, so he says JV Alicio Viejo testing, screening number 2, overall score 86. Blake Lively friends and family screening, overall low score. They didn't even put the score. That's funny. Blake Lively told Josh she would not do any press with Justin Baldoni. Okay, so where's like this? Where's all the tea? Yeah, she was awful. Okay, so you want a different day, Rose Wild? Okay, so do you want me to go back to that other date that you put? I thought we went over it. I'll go back. Crazy how Blake's wants all her stuff sealed. Usually victims want their story out. Exactly. Exactly. And she has a platform for it and everything. December 3rd is going to be the busy day. Okay, so should we go there? Okay. Let's fast forward. I'm just seeing if there's anything else there. Okay. So 12, what did you say, Kristyna? 12/14. JB flies out to meet Blake Lively in person. Pre-production 3/6/23. Okay, so these kind of are, some of these feel like repeats. All right, so now I guess, is this a different version of her timeline? Okay, so Justin record rehearsal. Jenny. Okay, so 5/16. Meeting in Blake Lively's trailer regarding wardrobe concern. Okay, so we already heard that. 5/23. Boston bar karaoke scene. Revelation about brother. Karaoke montage of slow dance. Okay. 5/29/23. Blake calls Ange to say she was upset that she had COVID. Justin made sexy comments. Jamie showed birthing video. Concerns about Julie Bloom. Who is Julie Bloom? What did Irma say? Let me go back. Okay. No, the one you looked on meeting at Blake's house was a different day than the one with Taylor Swift and Hugh Jackman when Ryan was yelling. Okay, so did I skip over that day? Justin wants to unseal everything because he is the victim of defamation and harassment by BL Jones. Okay. All right. Well, see, now I get why Cassidy likes to like look everything over. I mean, I do too. This is a little wild, but we're just going with it. You must have, because I seen that one on Without Crystal. Well, okay, but Rose Wild, look, it looks like they have a cleaner version of the timeline. So maybe it's there. I mean, I'll go back and, you know, we can search. No, it's not even coming up in the search, but okay. Because you said 5, it might be the later 5, you said on 5 something. Yeah, because look, none of this is okay, on 5/7/23 it says interesting note that Blake was seeing a Taylor Swift concert, right? After she was sick. Alex says to Jamie to text, the other part of me is wondering if this is all a ruse getting to her ultimately pulling out of the movie later this week when the strike escalates. Depicting the friction already. So she said her and her baby were ill and they couldn't go to Vegas, but then they saw her at the Taylor Swift concert. So yeah, then the shooting was canceled. This delay shot for 1 week also cost production money. But yeah, I want to know how much. I'm sure it costs a lot of money, but I want to know how much. Yeah, but look. We talked about this wardrobe thing. That was in the trailer. We talked about this one. So we went over all of May on that slide. So I don't know which May you're talking about, but it could be on the next one. Or here's more. Hold on. It looks like there's like maybe each one of these are someone else's timeline. Yeah, because we saw this one. There was the book bonanza. And I feel like it would be highlighted. Like that seems like a very important thing. So let's keep going and see if maybe it's down here. Because here's the trailer. Okay, so we did all this. Justin and Blake potentially met to make script changes at her apartment. AJ emailed yellow revised pages. Then they got shut down. And then they were shut down again. Because remember, it was after he came back. After Ryan came back from the strikes is like when things went crazy. You saw it too? What did I go over? What did I miss that you guys saw? Oh, you wanted to find where Hugh was. Blake definitely sounds like a money suck. Yeah, she does. I'm sleepy, guys, going to bed. Thankful for all of you. Be safe. Happy Thanksgiving. I know. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for being here. I'm so sorry. None of them, you didn't get the membership. I'll keep giving them away and I'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do one more right now just for you and see if it'll land. I have to go to my other screen to do it. Hold on. Let me try one more time. Cause I want her to get, you know, she's been here the whole stream and I gave away like 25 memberships and then she never got one. So let's just give out 5 more and see what happens. You guys, like, I probably lose money doing this, but this is for a good cause. Okay. I'm like the worst monetized account ever. Okay, so I just gave out more. Let's see if anyone got any. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Oh, well, next time, okay? I'm sorry. All right, let's go back. It says, we didn't know Hugh and Taylor were there so early already. Taylor Swift with Hugh Jackman at the house. I know you said that I went over that. I don't think we're there yet, but I will search for it. You guys said you saw that. It was the weight issue. Oh, okay, let's go back. Okay, right here. Oh, so I was looking the wrong one. You guys, it was 425. Okay, yeah, so right here. Right after the weight issue. Thank you to Rose Wild and Jungleville Jet. Jungle Vet Jill. Okay. It says, so this was on April 25th. Justin had the conversation with Blake and Ryan regarding her weight. Justin went over to Ryan and Blake's penthouse, and Ryan unloaded on Justin how horrible it was that Justin would ask about a woman's weight, claiming that JB was fat shaming Blake. Justin was completely embarrassed and apologized and even shed some tears. Taylor Swift and Hugh Jackman were also present in the apartment at the time. Holy fucking shit. What the fuck? Oh my God. Oh my God. When did they stop being friends? How could she be friends with her after something like that? Well, maybe she believed that she was actually fat shamed, but oh my God. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because then she was with Taylor Swift here. All right, so that's yeah. Let's screenshot that so we don't forget it. Wow. Okay, so do you think that comes up again? Because it looks like they're repeating this stupid graph thing. Okay, so this is where we left off. I'm glad you guys pointed out. Honestly, the best chat ever. So smart. We found it. That's the thing. She kept being friends with Blake until September, October-ish, around the time of the threat to leak the text. I know. Why, though? Because she probably, I mean, you know, she lives a very sheltered life in a way. Swift does, you know, she's like very protected. So maybe she just like doesn't realize that people can be that psychotic and lie about things like SH. I don't know. Say no to blackmail. That's so cute. Yay. Finally. I know. Finally. These Hollywood people are pure evil. They are. Maybe she was scared too. Yeah. Maybe like she was scared exactly because then they could, you know, Lively was going to expose the, her text, like private text. And, you know, she was with her now fiance and, you know, all that stuff. Okay. Who's Lindsay? Lindsay sent confidential production letter to Wayfair on behalf of Blake Lively. Okay, you guys, 1 second. I'm going to be right back. I need to get some tea real quick. Do you guys are okay taking like 30 seconds? I'll be right back because this is empty. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, we're back. Let's keep going. Does giving them away cost DFJ anything? Giving away memberships? Oh yeah. So I get like it said I got like 10 free and then I bought the other 30. Let me check my email. How many I actually bought because it sends you an email after you buy them. Oh, I can just check right here in my starred ones because it goes to start. So I've bought 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So of those 35, 10 were free. So I bought 25. Yeah. Roses, I think you're right. I believe it was a threat that ended it. That is probably a line you can't cross in that type of circle, just my feeling. Yeah, exactly. All right, so shall we keep going? Okay. So Lindsay sent confidential protection letter to Wayfair on behalf of Blake Lively. Okay, shooting pushed back to January due to Blake's not willing to work. Meeting at Blake's house with Blake, Ryan, Justin, Jamie, Ange, Alex, and Todd, where Blake and Ryan expressed all of their feelings. Blake Lively and JB and production team script revision day before shooting with cuts and changes that she deems fit. This is highly irregular behavior by an actor. This also make it nearly impossible for production to be prepared when script is being changed less than 24 hours before shooting. I mean, how unprofessional is that? She's ridiculous. Okay, so production wrapped on February 9, 2024. Wayfair informed by Sony that Blake Lively wants time in the edit room to work with JB, otherwise she wouldn't stand behind the picture. I mean, what a bitch. Seriously. This woman is like I have no words. Okay. Trailer launch event. Okay, so this is like a repeat information. I don't understand why this is like this, but we'll just keep going. All right. Blake, okay, so this was we have to go back to that date. Sorry. Well, I don't see the date. There's no date. Blake Lively fires Tyler, composer, and editors Una and Rob. Brings her own composer, Rob and Duncan, and Shane to edit. She was granted producer credit by Wayfair and Sony. Then she reached out to JG to demand that JB and JH write letter to PGA. Oh, I remember this. And then Heath conveyed to him that Wayfair, JH, and JB would not be writing that letter to PGA on her behalf. BL says, any goodwill I had left for JB is now gone. Okay. So they told her no. And then that was it. And then she claimed SH. Wow. But they still sent it. JB and JH sent PGA a letter on behalf of BL for the PGA mark. He also sent an internal email to say that they only did this because of extortion levied by Blake Lively. Okay. Lindsay sent cease and desist letters to Wayfair, read coffee table, making evidence with us book. Blake Lively team saw pre-sale flyers for the book and saw that Lively's name was on the cover. Additionally, her body double was used in one of the collage images on the cover. I guess it means LM responded to Lindsay, or IM responded to Lindsay on the same day to let her know that we will remove her name and images from the book. So she didn't want to be on the coffee table book. Okay. But didn't she have like coloring books? Oh, you guys, yeah, everyone's worked up. She has no clue what it takes to make a movie at all. I know, nothing. She's so evil. And it wasn't even her money. Exactly. Like how is she behaving like this and with all these people and no one can do anything? I hope it's their assistants that bring their dogs to the I hope it's oh, I know. Do they have dogs? She has dogs. I hate that. I hate when evil people own animals. Yeah, she's not a victim. Kenny's like, I hate her. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so CH reached out to Joanne Atria to inquire about the book. Colleen Hoover was concerned that she did not realize that none of the cast was included in the book. She didn't feel comfortable with this. Atria tells Jamie Heath to let him know they are pulling the coffee table book and won't publish. Joanne was really disappointed and texts Colleen Hoover context as to why the cast was not included in the book. She also said Blake wins. Okay. So Robert Ebert interview discussion with Company 3. Baldoni reaches out to Stefan Sonnerfield to request to do a mock coloring session for It Ends With Us for Roger Ebert Day in the Life interview. Steve Surwitz texted Blake to warn her. Blake Lively messages JG, I think that's like the Greenberg guy, called Jamie Heath to convey that Blake Lively was not happy with JB doing a coloring session when he didn't do the work. Oh my God. Ryan Reynolds calls Patrick Whitesale at WME. RR reached out to Patrick to tell him their side of the story. Ryan Reynolds speaks to Danny Greenberg. Ryan Reynolds calls JB a deranged predator. He also says that they want to put this fiasco behind them and don't want anything to do with JB after August 9th. RR mentions that no one from the cast and Colleen Hoover want him at the premiere. He asks DG why he is coming. Josh G calls Jamie to let him know BL threatened to not attend premiere if JB goes. Josh Greenberg calls Jamie to let him know BL threatened to not attend premiere if JB goes. Oh my God, this isn't, I cannot believe this is a professional movie that was like in the theaters and has this much crap going on. Heath speaks to Josh to let him know Justin Baldoni Wayfarer will be attending. Heath speaks to Josh to let him know. Okay, so this just repeats it. Okay, so then Tag comes on, yeah, August 3rd, and Jed Wallace. Okay, so now we're on August 6th. Blake Lively refuses to walk carpet with JB or be in the same theater. I guess this one. Did you guys see this speech? So this says there's a speech. Okay, so Wayfarer reluctantly agreed to walk the carpet during separate times and have separate screenings for Wayfarer, Justin Baldoni, and Blake and rest of the cast in main theater together. Blake Lively and Colleen Hoover gave a speech in theater and mentioned Wayfarer in speech. I think there is a recording. You guys, if there's the recording, I want to see it. Sony attends Blake's theater. Blake also refused to allow Wayfarer or Justin to attend after party, which was paid for by Wayfarer and Sony 50/50. Wayfarer compromised and organized his own after party with 24 hours notice. Cast and crew were confused by this. Yeah, I'm sure they were. Okay, so now this is getting wild. Okay. Okay, so now they're just repeating this, and at least it's more clear, this one. Okay, so I don't know why this is like this, but we're back into 2023 again when they had the phone call about the trainer, about the weight. Okay, so this, I feel like this is all repeats. I don't know why we're doing this again. Oh, because maybe this time on this side, they're adding what shoot day it was, for more context. They need to put this like all in one thing, so it's not this confusing. Let me see what the chat says. What do you guys say? Why is Ryan the one talking about it? I know. The extortion coloring book. This was the coffee table book. I think it's different than the coloring book, right? There was also It Ends With Us nail polish. Hi, Jesse and Max. Hello. One was Corrigan Green. Wow. House of Chatter's back. It is not my nature to hate, but like, yeah, I know, me too. Ryan is the lead demon. Yeah, and you notice that how it flipped. Like as soon as they pushed back and said no to her, I mean, they said yes to her about everything. She's like in the production room, she's in the editing room, she's getting her own screenings. I mean, literally everything she wants. She's yelling at them, making them cry, and then when they say no about the PGA credit, because there's a whole backstory to that. I remember we read it before. And because they said no, they're like, okay, well, we're going to falsely accuse you of SH and trying to ruin your life. All the money that would have gone towards No More if she hadn't cost them more money and took out these streams of income. Exactly. It's so mean. Do you think that this, she wrote the contract? Yeah. Do you think this is going to get any better? I think the reason they held one of their own is to offer a dry option because of the booze fest. You said, I wonder if this is a different variation of the document. Yeah, I think this variation is like, it looks like on the side. Do you see how it says shoot day on the left side? So I think it's like in the context of the days of the shoot versus whatever they were doing before. Yeah, unbelievable that Sony allowed BL and R to get away with this crap. I know. Like, really? Does that little, like, dinky little Ryan Reynolds have that much, like, pull that much? Really? I don't think so. And he's also kind of aging out. He does have talent, according to my sources, who have, like, you know, prominent jobs, I'd say, in Hollywood, told me that they think he'll be fine, but that Lively, that she's done. They would have been better off just to stop the movie, I know. But would they have, like, then been sued or something by her? I don't know how that works. Another CD, very true, Rose Wild. Okay. It says, I don't think RR is all that. It's all hype. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. And I'm embarrassed to say I do know a lot of people that have Mint Mobile, not because of him. Apparently they have some, like, good deals or something. Dick Bill was the only successful role of his. I never understood why he has so much power over Sony, Marvel, and these people. I want to know that too. Like, it's all these people. Like, there's so many people. Like, you got to think of it like this. Like, Harvey Weinstein was one guy, and he had a ton of power, you know, and they still took him down. She was going to sue them no matter what they did. I think I agree with that 1,000%. He basically stole that IP, Rose Wild. Yeah. Oh, he stole the Marvel IP. Oh, interesting. Okay. So should we keep going? So this is just a different version of this document. It shows the strike. So it's doing it by, like, shoot day, it looks like. And then it says, like, when it resumes, the date. This is a lot cleaner version. They probably should have led with this version. Okay. Meeting at Blake's house. Blake, Ryan, Justin, Jamie. Okay, so we know all of this. They express their feelings. But see, this one doesn't have the Taylor Swift part. See? It just says that they had a conversation with Blake and Ryan regarding her weight. But it doesn't, like, the first version of this was a lot more detailed. Protection letter signed by Blake Lively, nudity writer signed by Blake Lively. Okay, so these are just more of the screenings, which we saw in the last version. Okay, coffee table book. Lindsay sent cease and desist letter to Wayfair coffee table book of It Ends With Us book. The publisher accidentally included a pic of the back of Blake Lively's stunt double's head on the cover as part of a collage of photos from set. The cover also included Blake Lively's name, now a motion picture starring Blake Lively. Oh, so it said, now a motion picture starring Blake Lively. She had previously stated that she did not want to be involved. We agreed and let the publisher know. The publisher acknowledged this was a mistake. Wayfair provided Blake Lively's lawyer with the interior pages of the book to show that there was no photos of Blake nor mentions of her in the book. I mean, that'd be pretty hard to write a book, right, about this without mentioning her. I mean, she's the main character. CH reached out to inquire about the book, and then they email Jamie Heath to let him know they are pulling the coffee table book and won't publish. Okay, so, all right. Down here's a note. It says Blake's last movie, Rhythm Section, was reported to have also had difficulties on set similar to It Ends With Us. There was speculation that Blake took over the movie, and when the movie bombed, she blamed Reed Morana, the director. Blake has had a number of speculated feuds with cast on her projects, including Reputation, Anna Kendrick, Leighton Meester. Okay. So these are people. Okay, so I guess these are just the name of people. All right. So I guess that's just to help everyone know everything. All right, again, we have another timeline. And then this is the same thing where it doesn't really go, it just says they had the conversation about the weight, but it doesn't talk about Swift. All right. I mean, this is a very long timeline. And that was it. So that took a really long time. I'm really sorry, you guys. Oops. Let me see. Am I not on the screen anymore? There I am. Okay. Opinion only DFJ LL, but Ryan pushed out the OG director and creator. He did? Oh, Ryan did and not Blake, you're saying? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. So let's do one more, Doc. You guys want to do one more? Okay. Is there any requests for numbers, or should I just choose one? I seen one in Without a Crystal Ball that said Colleen sabotaged a meeting of Justin's. Okay. Well, let me get it. Hold on. Because there's do you happen to remember which document that was? Let's see if this is live yet on Court Listener. There's so much. Okay. No, you're sorry, you don't know? Yes, Without a Crystal Ball had that with the Taylor Swift. Did you see an article saying that Sydney Sweeney did get a job with DV and Blake didn't? Oh, did a great job with DV and Blake didn't? No, but that's amazing, and that probably made her so mad. Okay, let me check. 1 second. We have to go back to, let's see if there's anything for... Yeah, so none of these are... These 874 ones are like on the docket for some reason, like on the Court Listener. Maybe there's too many to load. But I can just look, let me just, on Pacer, I'll just open another one. Let's see. Maybe it is also from Heath. So you want me to open the Heath one? Okay, we're going to read one more Heath one. I'm glad that James Gunn will finally make a good Green Lantern project. Thank you for going over it. Well, sorry, it was a little rocky. Funny that Scooter is dating Sydney right now as well. Oh, he is? Whoa, I didn't even know that. Blake tried to follow Ryan's movie playbook, but added SH element, opinion, don't sue me. I know. This is all allegedly in our opinion. She called it Heath's timeline. Well, we just went over Heath's timeline. We just did the whole thing. And we did see there was only that one little box that mentioned Hugh and Taylor, and we read it. Uh-oh, my computer's gonna die. So do you want to do the Heath transcript? You guys tell me. I'm gonna see what the chat says. Or check on Reddit and see what if any you guys always know what the people are saying. What the tea is. You're not going anywhere, says Kenny. Okay. Let me I just have to get my laptop or my charger. Hold on. Okay. Sorry you fell asleep and missed it. Okay, well, just for you, hold on. Just for you, I'm going to pull up something. This was the part. It said, Justin went over to Ryan and Blake's penthouse, and Ryan unloaded on Justin how horrible it was that Justin would ask about a woman's weight, claimed that JB was fat-shaming Blake. Justin was completely embarrassed and apologized and even shed some tears. Taylor Swift and Hugh Jackman were also present in the apartment at the time, and that was January. Okay. So let's pull up another. That was January, right? Hold on a second. Let me make sure we have the date. I knew I should have screenshotted the date. Oh, I already closed it. Okay. No, it was I'm gonna do the whole thing. It was January, February, March. It was April 25th. And you know who actually always corrects me on that is CJ. CJ says everyone thinks that Taylor Swift was there in January, but it was actually April, and it was April. I read on Reddit something about SH would void his rights to the movie. No, that's true, because so after the Weinstein thing happened, there was this I don't know, this new kind of like rule adapted into all these contracts in Hollywood that says if there is SH involved, you know, by someone heading the movie, that like they lose all rights to the movie. So that's exactly what it is. Maybe that was a way to get him out of Hollywood and got his next movie. Exactly. Well, that was the only way to pretty much have like his rights to this what did they call it, the IP for this movie, or like the rights to the series to be taken away from him without him giving it to her. Yes, thanks for reading my comment about Green Lantern. She was trying to honeypot Justin and he was crying about missing his wife. I know. Exactly. I heard the morality clause was a rumor. I don't think so. I don't think it's just like a morality clause. Maybe, but I don't think so. Because, I mean, it's pretty specific that they, like, right after that, they were told no, that they went straight to these, calling him a SH predator, when there was nothing, like, at all before that would make him a predator. Yeah. Okay, so he bought the rights out with no morality clause. Okay. Have we gotten to see that contract? Okay, so that could be it then. That could be the caveat. I don't know. I just remember that, yeah, it does exist, but I don't know. And also with all these like contracts and clauses or whatever that we've seen so far, like, didn't they say she didn't even sign some of them anyways? DFJ, I would like to see where that is written about potentially losing rights to movie if there's SH. I mean, I could be wrong because this is what Kristyna says. But you don't think we've seen anything? I mean, maybe not. You heard it was a myth. You'd like to see a written record. Yeah, I don't know if we've seen it. I don't know. Maybe not. But there is a thing. That is a thing with a lot of movies. So maybe that's what it is, a thing, but maybe it wasn't a thing here, right? I don't know. I think they thought there was, but there wasn't. We haven't gotten to see it though. Yep, and they were still valid contracts. CH here in spirit. Yeah, CH is here in spirit. Here she is. Maybe Blake and Ryan just assumed it. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. So knowing that, no way to know what would happen with a morality clause or not. That's exactly true. I mean, also, morality clause or not, you're like, when you're accused of SH, like, especially like in Hollywood like this, and with Blake and Ryan's connections, I mean, it would have taken him out anyways. He maybe wouldn't have lost rights to the movies, but they could destroy him, and they are trying to. And look at how that backfired. But you're right. After Justin declined selling the rights to Ryan is when he was labeled, yeah, the S predator. So, all right, let's do one more. You guys tell me which one you want to do. Well, we don't know because they're all kind of mysteries, right? Let's go back to the page where it had them all listed. Let me share this screen with you. I had to remove all those from the stage. So hold on. Okay, share screen. Okay, so all of these, see, we don't even know what they are. But I have a list. Hold on. Let me share this screen with you. Well, I opened this one, so should we just do, let's read this one. I think it'll be good. You guys want to read more of Heath? Hi, Lily Mae. Hi, DFJ. Hi, everyone. Kristyna. Yes, I remember the same thing. There wasn't a clause in that contract. He owns it outright, but I suspect BNR thought there was, and maybe Colleen Hoover did as well. That is so interesting. Yeah. Gosh, I want to know. Does it say how much Ryan offered for the movie? I don't know. Does anyone know that? I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to start reading this, okay? I should probably share it, right? Here we go. Let me make it bigger. Whoa, this is 30 pages. Well, I just chose like a crazy long one, didn't I? Well, let's see how far we get. Okay. This is with Jamie Heath's deposition, okay? Subject of testimony with your attorneys during your break, Miss Shapiro. I direct you not to answer any questions about your discussion with your attorneys. Miss Hudson, are you following that instruction? Answer, yes. Okay, Miss Hudson. Hand you Exhibit 16. Exhibit 16 marked for identification. Witness, sure. Miss Hudson. Exhibit 64 is, Miss Shapiro, 64, 16. Miss Hudson, I'm sorry. Miss Hudson. Exhibit 16 is a text chain from between Jamie Heath and Mitz Toskovich dated June 17th, 2024. Bait stamps, whatever. Do you recognize this as a text chain between you and Miss T. Toskovich? Is that how I say it? Toskovich? Okay. Answer, yes. Question, are you participated in this text communication with Mitz Toskovich, correct? Yes. And you ask her in this text chain, you say you got a big job for you. Did you see that? At 3:14 p.m. on page 1, I see it. And then if you turn to the next page, you tell her, as read, I need you to start putting a timeline doc. Try to get as close to dates as possible. We can fill in the links when I get back. But when Justin and Blake met to write, AJ maybe had in calendar, can you access when we shot the first karaoke scene? It's when I showed her the video of Tasha. That's Natasha, his wife. When Ange visited the first time and had the, quote, makeup trailer convo that apparently looked at her, end quote. When we shot the graveyard scene, when Justin met with Trainer, when Justin had convo with Blake and Ryan regarding asking about her weight, when we had the convo, when we went back in Blake's house with Ange and Todd, essentially anything we can get, either the date and alleged incident or the general time frame, and we can narrow it later. Something chronological, best you can. Consult with Reese where needed. The doc can have gaps, but at least let's get something started. And then you go on to say, as read, whatever you can remember, whatever Reese remembers, whatever AJ remembers, anything at all. Also, when we got letter from Blake, just anything that tells the story chronologically, and then we will just continue to build it. Do you see that? Answer, I do. Okay. Ms. Hudson, I'm going to give you another document now. What are we? Exhibit 17 and Exhibit 18. They're marked for identification. Ms. Hudson, you asked Ms. Toskovich to put together a timeline on June 17th, correct? Are you referring to this document? Question, yes. Answer, I see that. Okay, and Exhibit 17 is an email forwarding a timeline. Do you see that? Answer, I do. Question, and then Exhibit 18, I'll represent for the record, is the document that was produced to us that is reflected in the attachment to the email that says document produced in native format. Yeah, can you repeat the last thing? Sorry, I was finishing 17. Or sorry, he says, I was finishing 17. She says, sure. So Exhibit 17 is an email forwarding a timeline. Do you see that? Answer, I do. Okay. Then it says on the second page of the email, produced in native format. Answer, I do. Yes. Question, I'm representing to you that the native format was received in the production from your lawyers is that document. Answer, okay. Question, okay. Is this document, Exhibit 18, the timeline that you asked Ms. Toskovich to create? Answer, it looks to be so. Question, okay. Why did you ask Ms. Toskovich to create a timeline on June 17th? Why is she asking these things? Ezra drives me crazy. She's so annoying. Okay, answer. Just to have a timeline of our whole experience of the movie. Question, your whole experience of the movie as it relates to Blake Lively? Answer. Just the timeline of what we experienced throughout the movie. Yes. For what purpose? So we could have a record of our last year and a half of what we've experienced. Question, why? There was a lot that went on over the year and a half of different levels, production and all levels. I just wanted to have a timeline of it. Question, well, your text message to Ms. Talkfish doesn't say anything about these things that happened during production in general, right? Shapiro, objection. Witness, right, Hudson, all of the things that are in your text messages to Ms. Talkovich relate to Ms. Lively, correct? Shapiro, objection. Witness, yes, I see that's in the text message, yes. Hudson, so why did you ask Ms. Talkovich to create a timeline on June 17th, 2024 related to Ms. Lively? Answer, that was one of the aspects of our whole time on the movie, and I also wanted to include that. Question, well, you didn't reference anything else, correct? You only referenced issues related to Lively in your text message to Ms., correct? Shapiro, objection. Witness, in this particular text message, that's all it speaks to. Hudson, yeah, that's all you said when you asked her to create a timeline, correct? Objection. Witness, in this text message, that is what it refers to. Yes. Hudson, do you have another text message? Shapiro, objection. Witness, I don't know. Hudson, okay. Well, why are my questions to you, Mr. Heath, is why were you asking her to create a timeline that referenced events relating to Lively back on June 17th, 2024? Answer, our experience of the movie. And at this point in June, we were unsure. Justin had lost the movie, I think, by this point. We were dealing with a lot of conversations with Sony about how to navigate moving forward with him as the director. We've got the release of the movie coming up, and in all of this, and being confused of where we stood with all of this, I just wanted to have documented just our whole experience with the movie. Question, for what purpose? Answer, just so I could have a good recollection of it so that I knew what our last year and a half was. You guys, can I just take a quick pause? I would be like, because your client is a fucking maniac. Like, she's a psycho and we wanted it documented. Like, I get it. He's being so nice. He's very nice and he has to be professional and he has to legally, like, not say things like this about her. They'll claim he's trying to do a smear campaign in his deposition. But, like, what the fuck? Okay. we're going to continue. Oops. Okay. Question. Were you looking for a timeline of incidents relating to Miss Lively's complaints? Shapiro, objection. Witness, no, not necessarily. I just wanted any experience that we had in all capacities to have a timeline. Hudson, well, but the timeline doesn't address every experience that you had in all capacities, does it? Answer, I haven't gone through the whole thing, but in all capacities, just with our experience. Certainly I can see that, a lot of this is with Blake. So that was a big part of our experience. Well, yeah, she was the main character. Oh my God. Question. That was a big part of your experience and incidents where Miss Blake or Miss Lively expressed concerns, correct? Shapiro, objection. Witness, I would say it's exactly what I said it was. Hudson, and the incidents that you identified to Miss Toskovich are incidents that you were aware that Miss Lively had raised concerns of prior to June 17th, 2024, correct? Answer. Can you repeat that, please? Hudson, the incidents that you raised were incidents that you were aware of prior to June 17th, 2024 that Miss Lively had raised concerns about, correct? Shapiro, objection. Witness, in this text message, it references some of those. Yes. Miss Hudson. Question. Yes. So you are aware of the incidents that you told Ms. Talkovich about prior to June 17th, correct? Objection. Witness, was I aware? Yes, I was aware that Justin met with the trainer. I was aware he had asked about the weight. I was aware of some of those things. Yes. Ms. Hudson, well, were you aware of all of them because you wrote them down, right? He says, yes. And she says, and you wouldn't have been able to write them down if you weren't aware of all of them, correct? He's like, I was aware. Shapiro, objection. Witness, I was aware that these were included. Yes. Hudson, that these were all things that Miss Lively had raised concerns about, correct? Shapiro, objection. Witness, some of them not. Hudson, okay, which one on the list are not things that Miss Lively had raised concerns about that you are aware of on June 17th? Shapiro, objection. Witness, well, just as I go through it, when we shot the graveyard scene, when we had a meeting at Blake's home. Miss Hudson, why did you want to have a record of when you had that meeting at Blake's home? Answer, it was one of the things that we experienced on the movie. Question, And when you said essentially anything, we can get either the date and alleged incidents, what did you mean by alleged incident? Answer, I don't recall. I don't know. Answer, you don't know what you meant by alleged incident? Answer, I don't know exactly. Question, and did you have any further follow-up with Mitz about what you meant by alleged incident? He's like, I don't know. And she says, you don't know if you did? Answer, I don't know. But if somehow did you give her any direction beyond what you put in this Exhibit 16? Answer, I don't know. Question, have you talked to her about the alleged incident before? Shapiro, objection. Witness, I don't recall. Hudson, did you assume she understood what you meant by that? Shapiro, objection. Witness, I don't know what I meant by that, but I see that there's a list of things here that specifically asked her to do. So other than that, I don't know. Miss Hudson, or he says, I don't. Sorry. So other than that, I don't. Miss Hudson, what I'm asking you, Mr. Heath, is did you have a belief that Mitz would understand what you meant by alleged incidents? He says, I don't know. Question, you don't know? Answer, I don't know. I don't know what I meant by that. Question, did you? Is it that she created that timeline in Exhibit 18? Answer, she assisted. Yes. Question, who else was involved in creating this timeline? He's like, me, myself. Question, what did you do to create this timeline? Just gave more info to what this is here added to this timeline. Question, how much of the information in this timeline did you put in this timeline? He's like, I don't know. Okay, so then it jumps. It looks like anyway, after, at minimum, August 6, 2024, correct? Shapiro, objection. Witness, I don't know. Hudson, you don't know? Answer, I don't. Okay, you have no recollection of making any changes to this timeline after August 6, 2024, correct? Answer, to this timeline? Shapiro, objection. Witness, I don't have a recollection. Miss Hudson, okay, and you don't know, you didn't direct her to make changes to this timeline after August 6, correct? I don't recall. I don't know. Okay. Why did you send the timeline, or why did you have the timeline sent to? Well, strike that. Do you know why the timeline was sent to the agency group? Answer, tag. Question, yes. I think at that point it was a quick way to give them a glimpse of a timeline of our experience. Question, your experience with Miss Lively. Answer, our experience that was outlined in this timeline. Oh my God. Sorry, I have to take a really quick break to get a sip of water, but you guys, this is crazy. Hold on one second. Okay, we're back. This is crazy. I'm going to keep going. This is like, I mean, talk about like what a waste of time. Like, what is she even trying to get him to say? That like he made a timeline of just how crazy Blake was? Like, I don't know. Okay. I am going back to the screen. Oh, Jungleville Jet, what did you say? If an employee is continually has incidents, it makes sense that they would make a record of it. Here, an employee generally doesn't worry about getting sued. We worry about the labor board. Oh, yeah. They are pissed they kept a timeline. What WTF? Where's Snake's timeline? I know. And like for anything legal, usually like, you know, you're supposed to make a timeline. So you go back and remember everything. I mean, it's called documentation, and she's threatening all these things. Yeah, exactly. They would want to protect themselves, and they're probably taught to do that anyways. Just like Jungle Gillette said. Yeah, they're freaking out over these signal messages. Somewhere they are arguing that they should have kept everything from the date of the 17-point document. It's just crazy. Okay, let's keep going. You're halfway through this deposition document. Okay. So she said, at this point, I think it was a quick way to give them a glimpse of a timeline of our experience. Your experience with Miss Lively, our experience that was outlined in this timeline. Question, your experience with Miss Lively. Answer, that is part of it. Okay. It was a way to give Tag a quick update or a summary of the alleged incidents as you described them, correct? Shapiro, objection, witness. I wouldn't characterize it as that. I just think it was a quick way to get a little bit of an update of some of the elements. Hudson, some of the elements of the issue that had arisen with Miss Lively, correct? Answer, of our experience of the set, and some of that included experiences with Miss Lively for sure. Question, and that's because you had retained Tag at that point to help you with crisis management related to your concerns about Miss Lively potentially going public, correct? Answer, okay, so I don't know if this is, I just want to make sure it doesn't jump. So that's 3:30. Okay, so now this has jumped. So now we're in a different conversation because we're at 3:56. Okay, so new topic. Answer, a handful. I don't know exactly. Question, and do you recall any of those conversations with any specificity? Answer, from our conversation, he seemed like a really nice guy. I remember we talked about our kids, and he would just check in. How are you doing? But he knew that there was a lot of social noise going on, and he was just oftentimes calling to express his, for lack of a better word, his love. So, your conversation with Mr. Wallace after meeting him in August of 2024 were about his love for you. Shapiro, objection. Glover, objection. Form. Wow, Glover's there. I love that lawyer. Okay. The witness, no. Hudson, when you say his love, what do you mean by that? Answer, that's a term I would just use to express some nice words of encouragement, you know? We see what's going on. We're monitoring. I hope you're well. Things of that nature. Question, did he tell you what he saw was going on? Answer, we did not really get into it that much other than him saying things like, things are looking okay out there. Sorry for what's going on. He would give some general acknowledgments of that nature, but we didn't get into the weeds. Question, he didn't tell you what it was he saw? Answer, I don't recall exactly what he said, but we did not get into weeds of stuff. Question, so your testimony is that in the conversations that you had with Mr. Wallace, they were just check-ins essentially about your well-being. Shapiro, objection, witness. I mean, I'm looking at our text threads here. I appreciate this message. Congrats on the the big weekend. Appreciate you. Looking forward to meeting you. Just checking in. That was typically, we connected. Miss Hudson, question. You didn't have conversations about the work, though. Is that what you're saying, that you had contracted with Mr. Wallace to do for nearly $100,000? Was it $100,000, you guys? I'm like, forget. Yeah, I think so, right? Almost. Shapiro, objection. Glover, objection. Form, witness. It would be like me having a conversation with someone about a world in a language I just don't understand. That wasn't our conversation. It was just more, we connected, and that was our conversation. And that was what our conversations were. And you guys, that makes sense, right? Like if like you hire like, I don't know, like someone to like do your like landscaping or something and to redo it, it's not your expertise. And like you'll check in with them. Hey, how are you? Is everything going good? Good, but they're not going to be like, so we're planting this seed here and we're going to redo this concrete. You know what I mean? Like, I just, or like, it doesn't make sense that like he's going to explain to him what they're doing every single day when he's supposed to inform him when there's issues, but otherwise he was hired to do his thing and that's what he's doing. And if there's a red flag, he'll raise it, Irma says, I've spoken to a couple of attorneys for potential lawsuits. They always request a timeline. If you are ever in a dispute, always document dates and times and communications. I mean, I had a timeline when my grandfather was in the hospital, like, because you just want to make sure you know everything that's going on and like when certain things are given and what doctors are there at what time, like exactly document everything. That's like, I'm with my people here. Definitely. Okay. Let's keep going. I'm trying to understand why you feel the world that Mr. Wallace occupied was something you couldn't understand. Why is that? Shapiro, objection, witness. I am not a digital monitoring person that understands social media and all that. So, Ms. Hudson, what did you understand digital monitoring to mean? Answer, monitoring what was going on in the digital realm. Question, and you weren't curious about how Mr. Wallace did that? Answer, it wasn't I didn't have any reason to be concerned about it or think about it beyond that. It just was, he was here to help, and that's all that mattered. He was doing it in a way that I understood was aligned with us. Question, on August 11th, Mr. Wallace said you refer to Signal. Do you see that? Answer, which one is this? Question, August 11th at 12 a.m. Answer, hey man, I appreciate your message. I could tell after speaking with you. Question, in the middle you say, and then as read, as for Signal, I'm not on it, but we'll set that up this week for sure. I'll let you know once I've done that. Do you see that? Answer, I do. Question, did you set up Signal at that time? Answer, I must have. I think I might. I think I did. Answer, or sorry, question. And did you let Mr. Wallace know that you had set it up? Answer, I don't know. Question, did you communicate with Mr. Wallace on Signal at this after August 11, 2024? Answer, I think there was a few messages sent. Question, and when did you first send a Signal message to Mr. Wallace? Answer, I don't recall. Question, when did you first receive a Signal message from Mr. Wallace, if at all? Answer, I don't recall. I guess it would have been around this time. That's my guess. Question, okay. And did you communicate on Signal with anyone else after you obtained Signal? Answer, I don't think so. Question, the only person. Answer, there could have been somebody, but I don't think so. Question, the only one you recall communicating with on Signal is Mr. Wallace. And Shapiro, objection, witness. The time, I don't remember. It could have been, I just have to refresh my memory. Maybe there was something with Jen and Melissa on there, but I don't have a specific memory of it. Hudson, did you have a group chain with Wallace, Abel, Nathan at the time? Answer, I don't know if it was on Signal or on text message, but I think that we did. Question, you think you did on Signal? Answer, I don't know which one. Objection, Hudson, you might have on Signal. Shapiro, objection, witness, we may have. Hudson, you believe that there was at minimum a text chain with you, Nathan, and Wallace. Glover, objection, form. Hudson, regardless of platform. Shapiro, objection, witness, I think there may have been. I'm happy to be refreshed. Hudson, other than Mr. Wallace and possibly Nathan and Abel, is there anyone else that you recall communicating with on Signal in August of 2024? Shapiro, objection, witness, I don't know the month. There were so many ways of communicating. Email, phone, text messages. Signal could have been one of them. I just don't know. Hudson, so you may have communicated with other people on Signal in August of 2024, other than the ones you identify. Answer, I don't have a particular recollection of it because I think that was the only people that I communicated with at the time, but I don't know. Question, did you communicate with Mr. Freeman on Signal in August of 2024? Answer, I don't know. Question, you may have. Answer, I don't know. Question, did you communicate with Mr. Baldoni on Signal in August of 2024? Answer, I don't know. Question, when you downloaded Signal, did you make any effort to change any of the settings for the handling of preservation of messages? Answer, in August. Question, when you downloaded Signal? Answer, no. Question, did the messages that you exchanged on Signal in August of 2024 automatically disappear as far as you know? Ms. Shapiro, objection. Witness, I think that depends on whatever thread I was on. Whoever initiated it may have set the settings. I don't have any particular memory of myself setting something to disappear. Hudson, and did you set up Signal messages so that they would not disappear? Answer, in August. Question, yes. Answer, I don't believe I was thinking about that. Question, did you communicate by Signal in September of 2024? Answer, I may have. Question, and who did you believe you may have communicated with on Signal in September of 2024? Shapiro, objection. Witness, it would be a guess. I just don't know. Hudson, did you communicate with Mr. Wallace on Signal in September of 2024? Glover, objection. Form. Witness, I may have. Hudson, did you communicate with Abel on Signal in September of 2024? Answer, I may have. Did you communicate with Nathan in Signal in 2024? See, but there she doesn't say September. She just says 2024. And he says, I may have. And question is, did you communicate with Mr. Freeman on Signal in 2024, in September of 2024? Answer, I know for sure, not. Question, and why do you know that one for sure? Well, because I only had one conversation with Mr. Freeman. Question, on Signal? Answer, no. I had one conversation with him in, I don't remember what month it is. Maybe it was in August. Question, did you communicate with anyone on Signal in October of 2024? Answer, I may have. And did you communicate with Mr. Wallace on Signal in October of 2024? Answer, it's the same. I may have. Let me make sure of something. I may have. I don't have a particular recollection of it. I'm certainly not disputing that I would or would not. I just don't have a memory. I mean, I don't know. Hold on one second, you guys. I'm going to get a quick sip of tea. Okay, we are back. I'm checking. I've been on for 3.5 hours and I got one $2 super chat. And then I gave away 30 memberships and bought a bunch of Pacer documents. I am doing so bad, but that's not why we're here. So if you're on the replay crew and you are so inclined, feel free to do a super chat. Let's keep going. Did you communicate? Do you have any memory of communicating with Mr. Wallace in November of 2024 on Signal? Answer, I may have. Question, and I asked you about Mr. Wallace in October and November. In those months, did you communicate with Nathan or Abel on Signal? Shapiro, objection. Witness, I may have. Hudson, did you communicate with anyone, any Wayfair employees on Signal between August and December 2024? I don't know. During that period of time. Question, you don't know, but you may have. Answer, I don't have a memory of it during that time. No. For any of the communications that you had on Signal between August and December 2024, did you have any of them still? Glover, objection. Form. Question, have you taken any steps to learn if Wayfair has any policies, practices, or procedures regarding document retention or deletion? Shapiro, objection. Just to be clear again, he's not here as a 30B6 witness. Oh, yes, because this is his second deposition, right? This was that whole thing where he was forced to do this. That is so interesting. Or no, this was his only one. But yeah, just to be clear, he's not here as a 30B6 witness. I have not taken any particular steps as a company to make sure that there is some sort of policy, but Wayfair is aware to not delete anything. Hudson, and how would you know? How is Wayfair aware not to delete anything? Shapiro, objection. Witness, Once we received the CRD complaint, sometime at that point, we were made aware, and that was communicated. Hudson, so you weren't aware of any obligations to preserve or not delete documents until you received the CRD complaint. Shapiro, objection. Witness, was not aware. Hudson, so did you make any effort to preserve or not delete documents prior to receiving the CRD complaint? Shapiro, objection. Witness, other than what I said, that there was no reason or auto-deleting happening, there was no particular effort to go outside the normal scope. Hudson, and you said that you received instructions to preserve documents after Miss Lively filed her CRD complaint. Shapiro, objection. Witness, I don't know if it was the CRD complaint or the lawsuit. I don't recall, but during that period, we learned that there was, or maybe it was a notice from Mr. Gottlieb. Sometime in that frame, we were made aware. I don't recall where it came from. Hudson, are you talking about the cease and desist letter that we sent? Answer, it may have been that. I don't recall exactly. It was just in that time frame. Question, and did you take some steps to preserve documents once you received the cease and desist letter? Answer, yes. Question, what steps did you take? Answer, made sure that personally, if there was anything that was said to disappear or delete, that they were not. Told Wayfair parties to not delete anything, that in case they otherwise might. I can't recall at the moment, but I think those were the general steps. Question, okay. And did you have a personal device? Did you have any personal devices that were set for automatic deletion at that time? Shapiro, objection. Witness, there may have been some threads that were on Signal, so I just reviewed them and made sure that they were not on disappearing mode. Hudson, so what was there between August and December 2024? You ensured it was not auto disappearing mode. Shapiro, objection. Witness, I don't understand the question. Hudson, well, you said that you had some communication between August and December of 2024, correct? Answer, yes. Question, and when you got the cease and desist letter, you looked at the threads to make sure that they were not on automatic disappearing mode, correct? Answer, correct. Question, so at that time that you did that, those threads existed, correct? Answer, correct. I imagine so. Question, and they should still be there then, right? Answer, I believe they would be. Question, were any of those threads related in any way to Miss Lively or Mr. Reynolds or any of the issues in this litigation? Shapiro, objection for witness. I didn't pay attention to that content. I just made sure that whatever thread there was not. There is nothing in there that would auto delete or auto disappear. Hudson, and that's for all your Signal communications. And that's where it ends. Crazy. What do you all think? Oh my gosh, I got a super chat. Thanks, Lori. Sending love. Yay, that's so exciting. And don't worry, I'm not doing this for the super chats. I was just kind of laughing at myself. But it's Thanksgiving. I don't care. I'm so appreciative. I did not mean it like that. What I meant was I'm happy everyone's here, and you don't even need to do that. Like, comment. We're here for the chat. You guys are making this stream what it is. I'm so happy to be here. I cannot believe that all these docs suddenly dropped. Hudson, wow, way to waste how much they get 5 hours, right? Or 6 hours per witness. I mean, she wasted probably like over an hour asking him like some of the same, like why he made a timeline. It was so stupid. Okay, Bella, I think Miss Melissa is a little bit gangster and Sarowitz can fight. Just my opinion. I'd ride at dawn with either. I agree. Melissa totally held her own when they were like, well, because I think they were trying to trip her up because I think they were like, well, Case said this or Case, or they didn't even say that. They're like, well, what if Case said this and what, and she's like, yeah, then she'd be a liar. She definitely handled her own. I think she did a good job. And I still have questions about the way that this whole Catherine Case thing has been presented, because it just sounds like, from what I read, that it was a draft, that she drafted something, but it doesn't say if what she drafted was what ended up on the site, because you have to remember, this site was only up for 4 freaking days. So was there even time for her, whatever she wrote, to be what was published? I don't know. That is so nice. Thank you for my super chat. I appreciate it. DFJ, thank you. We appreciate you and the entire crew. Thank you. Thanks for the live, DFJ. Well, thank you, Khaleesi. It's so good to see you here. And And don't worry, I told CJ, I think that she owes you a wrap, because when we counted the super chats last time, she was only counting hers and not mine. And since we had hit 10, she should have wrapped last time. So when she comes back, I know I've like set this all up for her, but when she comes back, we need her to talk about the Barry Morphew, and then I think she owes you a wrap. I don't know what they think is in these messages that proves SH, especially the signal ones. But I guess, they're still hanging their hat on this whole, uh-oh, I just did something. What did I press? Oh, wow, Kenny's a member. Thank you, Kenny. You do not have to become a member. Did you do that on your own? Thank you so much that you did not have to do that. I was trying to give away memberships, and for some reason they went to like a bunch of people who weren't in the chat. So I love that. That's so sweet. You do not have to do that. Thank you. But since you are a member, feel free to use the emojis, the new emojis that we got from Lena. They're very fun. We're testing them out, and I'm going to have more next time. Khaleesi, DFJ, a real one. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. What was I just saying? Now I just spaced out. Thanks for staying up late. Yeah, and this is like way past my bedtime. But it's always fun. It's the lawyers lurking. Yes, and yes, I did. I do what I want. Of course. Thank you, Kenny. You're awesome. Oh yeah, the SH. That's exactly what I was saying. So they seem to have forgotten their chest thumping SH claims. Exactly. So because they're just trying to hang their hat on this whole like retaliation part, because they're like, they're just, the protected action was her just filing the CRD. So they're just saying that whether there was SH or not, she filed something saying there was. So anything she does that's retaliatory, she gets those big 47.1 monetary damages. So that's like what all this nonsense appears to be about. Jungle Javette, get a biologist to say it's an essential wildlife corridor. Is there a sheep society, Ministry of Fish and Wildlife, watershed management, rare plant? Yeah, well, over here in the US, apparently our federal funding for these types of services was considered like not important. And so when I reached out to the ones about the sheep, which we have a lot of, our sheep are so cute. Like, oh my gosh, I like want to show you guys one of the things. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Oh, it probably won't play, but we have so many sheep and they are federally protected, but right now there's really nothing they can do. Like they basically told us that it would be sad and it would displace them, and probably a lot of them probably wouldn't like survive, but what they've been told right now is that not to participate in anything, and they would put up a fence so that the sheep couldn't come down the mountain to graze anymore, which would be sad because they've been doing that for years. Everyone showed up that day for the freestyle that day. I know, don't worry. She knows too. And that was a very long stream, and we are definitely she's definitely she needs to do a rap for you. No way she's lost more money than Johnny Depp. No, I know. I still don't think the judge wants to touch 47.1. I don't know. Like, part of me thinks that he has such a big ego, he would want to just be the first to do it because he can. And because he's untouchable, because even if he, what's the worst that happens if he does? But then again, what's the worst that happens if he does? Then people realize, it gets overturned. Maybe, in California legislature, it gets brought up. They look at this law because of how it was used here. And then his name goes down in the books, for being this stupid judge that actually entertained 47.1 for this absolute nonsense case. This whole stupid case is so stupid. Stephanie Jones leaks.com, Stephanie Jones lies.com is so stupid. It was up for 4 freaking days, and she's wasting all this time, all this money putting people through hell like for her stupid thing. And then Lively, just whatever. Don't even get me started. Everyone showed up. Oh, yeah. Okay. Lots of wonderful people donate generously. Thank you. Seriously, thank you so much, everyone. That was so nice. And it was a happy Thanksgiving for anyone. So let me see if there's anything else. I think maybe that's a good place to end it. I wonder if just hit the have these gone on the docket, on the court listener docket yet? Have you guys seen them? Have they showed up? They should, because that's what happens. So there's like, so you know how this is called the court listener, and it says like recap. So there's like the recap extension, and that's Pacer spelled backwards. And so if you have that extension on your Chrome browser and you buy the documents from Pacer, like I do, then they show up on court listener. And so I just don't understand why these are not, we haven't seen these show up yet. Have they? Do we know? If it was the truth, no law broken. It's like I always say, Taylor is a dragon and Blake is so hot unless she's fat. 99 problems, Blake. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. God. And just all that money is just totally wasted. And like Kristyna said, so much of that money in the movie could have been used for the DV survivors that they were like planning to give this money to. So we read 8. Oh, so he finished his deposition the next day. Should we just read the second one just to be complete? Because this one's only 5 pages. Okay, it says, I am. Did you discuss with them, yes or no? What were you going to testify about with respect to that answer this morning? Shapiro, same objection, and same instruction. Shaw, are you going to follow that instruction? I think it's best. Question, okay, I don't have the words right in front of me, but you did give me the correction that you wanted to correct at the top of the testimony today. What is this? Maybe I should stop. Maybe I'm too tired to keep going. Oh, but we have another super chat. Okay, fine. I'll keep going. Haha, woke up husband for the password. Oh my God. Thank you, Jungleville chat. That's so funny. Thank you. Okay, fine. Let's finish reading this. Oh my God, the wardrobe budget went over by 500K. Really? Jungleville chat, thank you so much. That's so nice. Okay. That was embarrassing considering the clothes were so ugly. I know. How did they spend that much? Blake is going places. She's Trader Joe's new spokesperson. So now we can't even go to Trader Joe's. Jesus. Poor Trader Joe's. Okay. All right. This is for real, the last one. Okay. 5 pages. We're going to read it and then we're calling it a night. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. Did you discuss with them, yes or no, what you were going to testify about with respect to that answer this morning? Shapiro, same objection, same instruction. Shaw, question, are you going to follow that instruction? Answer, I think it's best. Question, okay, I don't have the words right in front of me, but you did give me the correction that you wanted to correct at the top of the testimony today. What you just explained, would you just explain that to me again? What it was about yesterday's testimony that you wanted to correct in today's testimony? Answer, I think simply as I was testifying as it pertains to the 17-point list and my state of mind and how I viewed it in reflection, while of course I agree that all of these things were reasonable things that anyone asked for, I think I also messaged that I may not have considered that some of these things had a nod to how what may have been brought up in the past. And that's what I wanted to question. I see. So am I understanding correctly that what you're essentially saying is that you think during the deposition yesterday, it may have appeared from your testimony that you were not leaving room for the possibility that some of the things on the 17-point list related in some way to past incidents and And that's the aspect of it that you want to share on that this morning. Shapiro, objection. Go ahead. Witness. Not necessarily that it related or not, but that I had considered that could some of these things have some sort of nod, for lack of a better term, to what we had discussed in the past. Ms. Shaw, what you and Ms. Lively and others had discussed in the past. Answer. What? Yeah, some of the concerns that she may have spoken about. Question. Okay. And when you say the word nod, like it may have some nod to those things, do you mean reference or relatedness? Or can you give me another verb? Answer. That it could have been, that it could have insinuated that possibly is this related to anything that's come up before. While I didn't necessarily land on that, but that it was a consideration. Question. It's something that went through your mind at the time. Answer. Sure. Question. Okay. Why was it important that you correct that aspect of your testimony this morning? Shapiro, objection. Witness. I want to really do my best to reflect and to be truthful. And if that was sitting in me, did I convey that correctly? And so that was the purpose. Shaw, is there anything else about your testimony yesterday that you want to take the opportunity now to correct? Answer. No. Question. Okay. You were in the breakout room with your lawyers last night after the deposition with some of the defendants here, and I believe your wife and Mr. Baldoni's wife for quite a long time last night. During that time, did you discuss any substance of your deposition testimony yesterday in any aspects? Answer. I don't believe so. Now I am officially closing this tab so that we have no temptation to go back, because I am definitely drifting. What do you guys think? I just want to know. What does the chat think? She looked like a hobo at Trader Joe's. Yeah, she did. But I think that was intentional, because did you see Kinney renamed the best of Blake Lively? She called it the breast of Blake Lively because of all the photos that people have unearthed of how she's constantly having her tatas out. So, she probably told her, cover up, look like a freaking, conservative person, and go do something normal. You couldn't tell me or her apart in line. At Trader Joe's. Well, yeah, probably. Well, you would probably be a lot nicer, I'm sure, than she was. Your bag sisters. That is so funny. If any of you live near me, I totally want us to do a reenactment of Blake going to Walmart. I'm for real. A good actress sometimes. That would be really funny. Thank you, DFJ. All right, I'm falling asleep, guys. Me too. Have a great night. Kristyna, I cannot thank you enough. I cannot believe you were here the whole time. I know you had cleaning and you were looking up documents and everything, and you're just absolutely amazing. I hope you have an incredible Thanksgiving. I hope everyone in the chat, all of you, have a very good Thanksgiving. I am so thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for Kristyna. I'm thankful for the other mod, Laura. I haven't seen her in a while because, it's a different time zone. Everyone was in on it. I get more than that for my hubby and myself. Yeah, what she got at the store. I know that was wild. BL was exposed for sending naked photos of herself to Ben Affleck while he's married. Shut up. She sent naked pics of herself to Affleck when he's married to Jen Garner. Well, I'm gonna have to look that up after I get off this because that is insane. All right, thank you everyone. I love you all. And if you are still here, leave a comment in the comment section. And I just hope you all have an incredible Thanksgiving with your families or with your whoever or alone or whether or not you celebrate Thanksgiving. But I just want to say I'm so thankful and grateful to all of you again. So I will see you all sometime soon. Happy Thanksgiving.